Okay. Yep. All right. And we are here. Hello. Welcome, everybody. It's exactly 7 o'clock. It is a Tuesday. These two things together mean that it is time for some magic. As we have going on this week, and going on for a little while, this is actually apparently around until, I think literally the release of, uh, Crimson Vow. I had to think for a minute. The new Innistrad set. I think these are around here for that long. Yeah. Hello, welcome. Thank you for the sub, Oak Niwi. And thank you for the sub, Anthony Carstrom. Cube on my birthday. Good times. Happy birthday. Yes, it's Cube time. But yeah, I hope you're having a great one. But yeah, it is. But yeah, for the next 3 weeks, it's supposed to be, which I believe is until Crimson Vow. Well, I say 3 weeks. Actually, I don't. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it already has been a week because of how I do things. You know, I stream these things on Tuesdays, but the rotation happens on Wednesdays, which leads to really awkward timing. You know how it be. That's just how it's been. Anyway, before I start, let's end these. Chandra, that Chandra, sure. Amara, the tiny one. This demon hell dude, Core Firewalker. Huh. Oh, damn, Chant. Oh, wow, I haven't seen Worms Chant in like ages. Worms Chant is the original Hell spell that would sit on Icecrown Scepter. Icecrown Scepter lets you cast a spell every turn if it's a 2 or less cost instant. And this says can't play spells, can't tank. So, there were decks that like just couldn't beat that. That was an old extended deck back during before Modern was a format. Extended was the middle format that existed between Standard Type 1 and Legacy, or sorry, Standard Type 2 and Legacy 1.5. Vintage was called Type 1 back then. And Extended was called 1X. Watching the roguelike card game called Inscription. I have that on my list of things to check out. Uh, Unknown if that'll be a stream thing or just a thing I check out on my own, but I've definitely heard a lot about it and been pretty interested. We'll have to see how that turns out. But yeah, Orum's Chant though was the original one of the original spells that was like you put this on Icecrown Scepter and you just won the game. A lot of like you had to have instant speed, artifact removal, and you were likely playing against counter spells anyway. So yeah, it was an old school deck. Power plant, you know, from any Tron deck. I don't know this art. It's an interesting one. But yeah, very cool card, Orm's Chant. You might be more familiar with cards like Silence, the more modern variants on this that don't have the combat phase. Or even Angel's Grace sort of works that way. Yeah, the Orm's Chant art, that was some, yeah, Judge Promo, that's his art. I don't recognize this one. That's the one that's weird. So, but yeah, oh god, it's always fun to see like old cards like that and get a look at play points and some and scheming symmetry. Scheming symmetry is a interesting vampiric tutor that is like choose 2 players for vamp tutor, sorcery speed. I've seen this as a vamp tutor choice in decks that are like archive trap the deck. If you're not familiar with Archive Trap is a card that from original Zendikar. I can just go Archive and go to quantity 0. So Vintage Cube makes me talk a lot about the past. Here we are. Anyway, Archive Trap. If your opponent search their library, you may pay 0 rather than the spell's mana cost. So the idea is that Scheming Symmetry would let you tutor up an Archive Trap, then you'd like draw it with like Street Wraith, I don't know, something like that, and like you could cast it for free, milling what they searched, and firing any other copies of Archive Trap you had, because you have a number of other ways of finding it. These things were a really neat set from original Zendikar that just never came back.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm just before even getting in here, I opened up some boxes that had cards in them, which was like a mistake because it got me onto tangents for a while. I opened up like an Orium's Chant, and I had to talk about extended as a format.
Oh boy.
And I didn't even finish. Extended as a format was like the idea was that like standard was 2 years, and I think extended was 6.
I think it was 6. I also remember 6 being the number.
Yeah, I think because it went out to when I played extended, it went out to Tempest, and then when it and then I think when it rotated from Tempest, it went out to Invasion. And then when it would have rotated again there, instead the format was changed to be super standard and died a horrible death.
Yeah.
Just a terrible death that they like a purposeful, like, just watching them smother a format to make Modern exist. They took extended, changed the range it went, and then went, oh, well, this format's unsuccessful, and then made Modern, which, funnily, if they would have just rotated extended, would have had the same reach as what Modern was at the time. 8th ed forward. Though it might have rotated 8th ed out. I forget it. I forget how the rotation worked if it was a full year. Anyway, but obviously Modern's non-rotating, which changed that. God, there was a point where Modern was 6 years of Magic, huh?
Yeah.
That ain't true anymore.
Nope, not in the least.
Yeah.
God, what was the set? What was coming out in 2015 in Magic?
2015 was it Cons?
That might have been Cons.
I think that was either Cons or that was Zendikar. No, Zendikar 2 I think was 2016.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where we went after.
Because it went like it
was.
Was
it
Ravnica and Theros? Theros and...
Or wasn't it Theros then... No, it was Ravnica then Theros.
Yeah, Ravnica then Theros. Theros then... Did that go into... Cons?
I'm going to look up a timeline of Magic sets.
Theros was 2013. Cons was after that block, so that would have been 2014. That would have made the Return to Zendikar 2015.
Okay, so...
Yes.
Yeah, so Theros is 2013... Cons is 2014.
Yep.
And then yeah, Battle for Zendikar was 2015.
Because Battle for Zendikar and cons have to be in standard together because fetches plus duels.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I know
Yeah.
Theros. I know Theros was with both of those because I played both those formats, and I remember like Grain
Mm-hmm.
Merchant plus Night Veil Spectre, and
Yeah.
I remember like on the other side of that, like some of the con setups that were built that way. But yeah,
Yeah. I'm just thinking about that right now because I'm thinking like, oh god, like Mirrodin original to Tempest was the same amount of time between now and Battle for Zendikar.
so like
Like,
if
if Extended still existed, it'd go to Battle for Zendikar.
holy shit. Yeah. So like, because when I think of extended was a format where like, so okay, again, I'm gonna be talking from a perspective of like Ravnica 1. Actually, no, yeah, Ravnica 1, maybe Time Spiral. Like Type 1 Vintage is the lawless frontier. It's where
Yep.
it's where anything goes, and like
The only things banned are things that like make no sense.
yeah,
Like in current Magic, like dexterity cards and
anti
anti.
uh
Also, one card that they had to ban because restriction made no sense.
yeah Type 1/5 Legacy was I think it was 1151X2. I'm pretty sure is the way it went. So and Legacy was like, okay, restricted vintage where you had powerful effects, but not like you had like these like really powerful decks, but that they weren't like super
You
combo
couldn't
decks.
draw 3 on one card. You
Yeah,
couldn't play a card for no mana to give you
and
3 mana. Like,
but extended to me was the world of the coolest decks that could ever imagine.
mhm.
Just in my mind, because I saw people playing Life from the Loam Psychotog. And like this was a control deck that just like you discard Loam to your Tog, and then you get back these cycling lands with your Loam, and you'd have like
Mm.
circular logic and uh, all these like cheap spells, and it was like, that's the coolest deck in the world. And then you had like some of the raddest red decks that could exist, or like Astral Slide, or like at that time full power goblins, all sorts of. Anyway, that's all what we're gonna play with today. Except for I don't think Psychotog's in the Vintage Cube anymore. Pretty sure it's
Yeah.
been like, I want to say it's been like 4 years since Psychotog's been in there.
Yeah.
Psychotog's sort of been power crept, huh?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at the 2014 set Vintage Masters and looking at Psychotog's art in that one, and man, it's way worse than the original Odyssey art.
Yeah, let me pull up again.
Yeah, the final tangent I just wanted to go on is the different arts of Psychotog, because yeah, that's Psychotog from Vintage Masters,
Oh, this
which
is
is
bad.
a weird Phyrexian potbelly motherfucker.
Yeah.
With like weird stretched skin and stuff. But now let's take a look at the Odyssey version.
Now there's Psychotog.
You need to say display different like versions, different sets or something. Maybe in versions.
Show versions separately.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, all right.
Original Psychotog. I'm a
this-
nasty man.
This is Psychotog. Yeah. Hey there, everybody. My name's Psychotog.
I'm just peeking through a wall. I'm gonna eat your brain.
Yeah. To assist with this tangent, just for again something y'all might not be aware of, because why would you know if you weren't here? You might not know facts about Psychotog. How do I can't pick Set Odyssey. Wait, no, there it is. Set Odyssey. So Psychotog is the most known of these because Psychotog has this killer, like, feels like it's super designed, synergy in the effects, right?
Mhm.
Discard for +1/+1, exile 2 for +1/+1, and the way it worked is this was just your control win con. You let a
Yeah.
game go long, and then you'd discard your hand and exile your graveyard to hit them for 22 or whatever.
Yeah.
And so, but Psychotog was not designed in that way. Psychotog is part of a cycle where each color just has an effect. So, for instance, Lithotog, for the red effect, eats an artifact for +1/+1 and eats a land for +1/+1. Sarkatog keeps the red, sack an artifact, but gains black. Exile 2 cards for +1/+1. Let's go to Thaumatog, which keeps the land, but also eat an enchantment. You might notice that some of these are a lot worse of an effect.
Yeah.
But the idea
Oh,
is
yeah.
they're based off the Atog that ate artifacts. And then Phantatog eats enchantments, and then for its blue effect, discard a card. But once you combine the black effect and the blue effect, boy howdy, your card.
Oh man alive. Is that an excellent synergy? Is that just discard 2 cards, get +3/+3?
Yeah, whereas like, Thaumatog or Phantatog or Lithotog don't have there's no synergy within their bits. Sarkatog has a little bit, but it's hard off there. Like, yeah, so yeah, this wasn't. You might like, if you only ever saw Psychotog, you might think
Oh,
like,
that's a really excellent design.
but it's like not purposefully made that way in the sense that like that's the way the cycle is.
Yeah, they designed one for each color, then just match them up as they needed them for the colored
Yeah.
combinations. Then also a Tagatog,
And then, of
which
course,
is neat.
the Tog, which is, each Tog will. It has some really good, like, text where it's sacking a Tog, it gets a Tog, gets a Tog plus a Tog plus a Tog until the end turn where a Tog is the Tog's Tog. Like, it's. That's not what it says, but that's what it says in my mind, where the word a Tog just keeps appearing as you keep going.
Yep.
Plus a Tog until the end of Tog.
Yeah, no, just a Tog, it means a thing that eats things. So a Tog isn't a Tog that eats Togs.
Yep. So
it's neat.
very silly, almost like uncard in a main set with the silliness of it, but
Yeah. Anyways, that's hopefully the end of the tangent, so we can get to playing Magic the Gathering.
let's play some Magic. We'll go on more tangents as we see cards in here, but they won't take us over to collection. So, you will join Vintage Phantom Draft League with 100 play points. Yes, I will. I see you again. Yep, that's Team J Bro up there. Congrats. All 1 week, you're already at 22. Damn, you're running the tables. Yeah, I know that this is, again, like current curated. So we're going to see a ton of. We're going to see like.
I'm trying to think what we're going to see. We'll probably see. My guess is we'll see Meat Massacre, which does have the power level where I think it fits into this format.
Oh, here's one.
Oh yeah, that also feels like it fits into this format well enough for power level.
Well, because this plays lands already and then gains street. So this is like Corsair of Crufix already.
Yeah. But then if you have, like, hopefully if you're in a board start late in the game, you probably already have a Coven. In which case you're casting creatures off the top, which is very good.
The counterspell below the cut is big.
Yep. Let's see. I think if we wanted to go straight in on a plan, we take 1,000 Year Storm and try to do the red, blue, black Storm deck.
Yeah.
Wormcoil Engine is generically just really strong.
Always big.
I think those are the two I'm looking at. If you wanted to do like reanimator type stuff, you do Living Death, but or if you wanted to just green.
What are you feeling?
I'm interested in 1,000 Year Storm based off this Storm deck. I think it's always fun to try to go for Storm.
We have a couple weeks of this, so we could go ahead and roll into the 1,000 Year Storm to start.
Yeah.
Brain Freeze.
Brain Freeze is a good Storm one to see.
Ruin. D-Tutor actually might be the pick here, though.
D-Tutor, I think, would be the pick if we're going full Storm. Season Pyromancer is also decent. It helps you filter more and, keeps you alive on board. But I think D-Tutor is the real option. Like, being able to, like, cast D-Tutor and then, like...
These lands.
Oh, also those lands. Those lands are, good.
Well, yeah, they're fine. They're a
I think
little.
they're yeah. I mean, it's in Vintage Cube. I think worse than in other formats, but
Yeah.
they do like the Forgotten Realms Minute things look exactly the same in my brain at
Yeah,
least.
even to me,
Like
yeah, because it's like it's a circle with like a thing in them. One's a dragon and one's a wolf, and it's like okay.
yeah, that's exactly the same. Um,
Ooh, here's a fun one. It's not
hmm.
what I were.
Yeah, I don't think that's where we're at. But is anything here where we're at actually? I guess I
Storm.
can see the Stormcaller being kind of useful.
This gets
Like you can
really
Stormcaller to D-tutor, right? Like
yeah, because it copies the next spell you're gonna cast.
yeah, and there's a
Um,
lot of spells that fit that bill. Thieving Skydiver is also just really
always love that. Yeah,
strong
just
when you
always
can
love that
steal
card.
Moxen.
Yeah.
You'd have to pay at least one extra mana to steal Moxen because it can't be 0. But you know,
I
but I
like
think Stormcallers really can do some good shit in Vintage Cube. Like like Time Walk also exists in this format. Like
yeah. I'm interested in this. I like a lot in here. Skydiver's another of the picks. Obviously, we've got our
there's also
the
Leavold
man.
here, but that's what we're doing tonight.
Okay,
Yeah, Bowls of Citadel, great.
that's a
You get up
much
to
that
6,
might
you play that, and then you just start paying life for
okay.
things.
That we also have Mana Vault as a different idea
Mm.
here. I like Citadel because that might shift us into a different style of this, where we're not Thousand Year Storm, but rather like flat blue black,
Yeah,
which also could work really well. And this gives
totally.
us sort of the options on here.
I like that
Uh,
more than getting like Imperial Seal or Mana Vault.
yeah, I think
I
those are
think
the
leaving ourselves
two.
open to not storm if we don't find many like you know cheap jaw spells or rituals,
Well,
but also Vamp Tutor like
again, let's get these
eh,
tutors going. Let's get the
yep.
like we right now if we got Vamp Tutor, D Tutor.
I mean,
Uh,
the nice thing about the tutors is that like even if we don't end up in storm necessarily, they can still be useful for like any sort of reanimator deck, anything, any sort of plan you want to go for.
now
Yeah,
don't do
like
that. Don't vamp.
yep,
Don't vamp
that's
tutor
not
that.
great.
Don't
If
do
you have an instant speed draw spell, then go for it. So you can put it
that.
between them.
Okay.
But
Uh,
but in general, no, don't do that.
yeah, Fatal Push also nice. Donate
Yep.
signets. Uh, interesting to see just some sort of the big fives sitting around.
Yeah.
Dark Petitions. Starts like Shores.
I think it's Shores.
Could be also
Like
Petition's also one of those cards that's when you start going off, you go off hard, right?
that's true. And like especially if you can like if you have anything like if you 1,000 Year Storm and then can Dark Petition after you've cast a couple of spells, then like you search your library for 3 cards and you add 9 mana to your mana pool.
Yeah,
Like
I wonder if that's better than picking up the Shores at this position because I kind of want to get.
yeah, it might be worth it actually, because yeah, like at first it's like, oh, but we're, looking at it, it's like, well, we already have like 2 1 and 2 mana tutors. Why do we want a 5 mana tutor? And it's like, well, that second thing is actually relevant. Like it's pretty easy to get there.
Yeah,
And then if you do, you can just like get a massive number of cards in hand and a bunch of mana to cast them with.
kind of read you.
It's not what we want.
That's a different deck.
Yep. Monastery Mentor is also a different
This
deck.
is
Maybe
this
the
is
the
this is this is like Ophio, sort of.
yeah, maybe the Dynamo.
Yeah, Dynamo Collective Brutality is also the other one in here I'm looking at, but Dynamo like sets us up a little better, like gets us to the
Yeah.
Citadel.
Mm-hmm.
Might be able to
At
like
some point, we need to find a way to touch our opponent, but for now, I think that the Dynamo is more we want to go for. I mean, I guess we don't really need to necessarily touch our opponent if we just kill them. So,
yeah. Valky becomes Tybalt.
hmm,
You turnabout is
I think the Turnabout's what we want here, because Turnabout is definitely a Storm card, right? Like, uh,
yeah, it's untap all your lands if
yeah. So, you can Turnabout to, like, get mana back. This is our
okay.
first deck back. We can just take the Chain Lightning's way to kill things. The Living Death has a Wrath.
Yeah, or the Slaver if that was our
Mm,
full on.
it's true. We do know that we saw Academy Runes already, right? Yeah, there we go. That's another
Okay.
combo.
Okay.
That is another combo we can go for if we do not find the uh if we do not end up being in Storm. I think going for blue black Mindslaver lock is a fine place to go. Expansion list is copy spells.
Yeah. Okay, burst
Cool.
lightning.
Kill something.
Or, hmm.
Or just get a bunch of mana and cast Kozilek.
I hit you on the side because I want you as a. It's not for want of the casting Kozilek as much as it is the want of, like, hiding the Kozilek. Alright, so, like, these are all non-cards. I'm gonna move the. I'm gonna kind of make a pile that's the non-cards at the mo.
Yeah, I don't feel like we've been cut off of Storm things, so I will not be surprised if we see a lot more rituals later on.
Yeah, so this is sort of our setup in this instance. I want. We need to find more early mana and some more draw to go with this.
Yes.
And then, like, the end off payoff. The thing is, we did pass up a, okay, Dark Ritual.
Well,
Proper.
literal Dark Ritual. I think we just take that one. We do not worry about
yeah, the other,
what we're missing here.
The other payoff in here would be, like, Shelldock or Coalition or Relic. We passed up, they put in Titan. Sure.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I think we'll be happy enough to see, like, I don't know, maybe we'll see Kolagon's command come back.
Yeah.
Maybe a Damnation, but more doubtful.
Damnation wheeling would be nice.
Yeah. I'm looking at what we want back is the Shelter Guy, the Sower, the Richwing Cloud Say is not even the worst. Goblin Guy is not what we want. Coalition Relic would be great. Damnation would be great. Kolagon's command would be fine. So we have a number of things you want to get back from this pack that I think we may.
Yeah, we got Drifter, we got Cabal Root, we got Polluted Delta, actually, that stands out to me.
Ooh,
I kind of want.
Polluted Delta is a really big one. Cabal Ritual.
But also,
I think we maybe.
Oh, shit.
Passive Flames, though, is the actual must pick.
That, this
yeah,
deck
I think we take that one and hope to get Ritual back.
So we're going to need to start picking up fixing pretty quick here.
Yeah, I think that if we don't see an immediate mana or, like, recursion spell, that is just incredibly good for us.
It sucks that these are two of the most powerful bits for us because I was worried. I was wondering if we weren't going to play red, and this was telling me we weren't. But, yeah, I think Past in Flame seems too good with, like, especially having the writ and petition. Petition gets very good with that. And we can't guarantee Yogg's will. That's the other part of this. Memjar, Forge Master, Urza's Saga. We don't have a card for Saga.
But I also want I think High Tide is looking interesting.
Yeah,
High Tide is often quite good. We do have Turnabout, and we do have, 1,000-Year Storm if we get there, where we can, cast High Tide once and get multiple copies of it. Also, empty the Warrens. We currently don't have any Storm payoffs, is the big thing.
Memjar is also a opening there, too.
Next question is, do we think other people are playing Storm, and will they take Empty the Warrens before us? Because is that a thing we think we can wheel?
I'm going to try to wheel it, and I think that'll give us a lot of information, at least.
Yep.
Memory Jar is also pretty hefty on the list here, but I'm going to see if we can't pick this up and get it working. Volcanic Island.
Yes, let's take the fixing now. Ooh, or the Signet. Signet's also fixing, and it's ramp.
Yeah, that's on fixing. The Jace would also be pickable, but the fixing kind of comes up first. Cryptic's not where we're at right now. I mean, Cryptic isn't where we're at because we decided the fixing is more important right now. So we have Volcanic Island versus Dimir Signet as our fixing choices here, which is a little
that's tough. I think Signet's where we want to be, honestly.
The thing with the Volcanic Island is that it's really good with the High Tide, too.
That's true. It is really good with the High Tide, and it is searchable if we get any fetches.
I think I'm actually going to... Oh, God, passing up the on-color Signet is...
It is really tough.
That's super rough. I feel
like...
But,
I think we need to take the island... and hope we get back a fetch land for it. So...
This feels awkward, obviously.
Yep. Burgi is like I mean, Ragavan's pretty good, but Burgi is also like,
Yeah, so my mind went left to right here, so I was like, all right, Ragavan does, cool stuff, makes mana, but Burgi gives us more of a reason to be in the red, and also gives us some nice payoff to, like, with the Past in Flames spell setup.
Totally. The other option would be the or maybe we'll get this one back is the Rakdos' Return,
Just the win
which in a
con.
1,000-year storm deck is a great payoff.
Yeah.
But we're still yet to see. I mean, if we're that much of a 1,000-year storm deck versus others.
Time Twister.
Uh,
Draw
Time
7.
Twister. Okay, that seems like what we want. If not, I was going to suggest the Smoldering Egg, which is not really what we want. So
Might to gamble on a different win con would have been fine, but we already passed Splinter Twin, and I wasn't gonna make that like choice of that. Also, I don't
yeah,
really want to be like 1x for my win con because we also passed up Resto Angel earlier.
we already have
Is
a
this
second win. We
so-
already have a second win Connor deck of the Mindslaver plus.
there's a Steam Vents
Ooh, there's
here
also
as
Steam
well
Vents.
over the Time Twister.
I think the twisty is because the other thing we're missing right now is draw, right?
But we lose our graveyard setup with this one, which is a little.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay, yeah. Then I
This
think
is-
Steam Vents makes sense.
Feel like I'm making just this really dumb. It's like, oh, let's pick the. I'm sorry, you're a Snapcaster mage, right?
Uh, yeah. You exile cards and cast them without paying their mana costs. So that's a payoff.
Yeah, that's something.
Is getting to cast it and then play a bunch of because it says cast them, right? Like not just like yeah, you may cast the copies, which means that you are casting more spells by doing so. You're not just copying them.
Yeah, it's like the Servencer.
Yeah, yeah. And I like that more for playing into the plan as opposed to Venser, which is just good protection / control. That can ramp you a little bit. The other option would be the Salt Monolith.
We can fake our deck being more aggro than it actually is.
Yep.
There's Kolagons.
All right, back to yep. Okay, that's it.
Okay,
I had a feeling that would be
we
the one
could
I
really
back.
fake our deck being more aggro than it actually is.
Yeah, that's not quite as hard as we want to go.
Okay. Well, if we ever want to go that hard,
Yep. Okay.
Got a Mystical Tutor.
Misty, sure.
I'm trying to do some different sorting. This goes into this pile.
Empty game back. Okay, so we are the storm deck.
Okay.
Unless somebody else is already just like, I got the storm card payoff. I don't care about this. Banefire, another good one to if we're going 1,000-year storm, another good payoff for that. Oh hey, the Rectus is returned.
I wasn't sure if we'd get both. Okay.
Oh, okay, great, awesome. We did not get back any of the dual lands from the pack that we took the was it the High Tide over the two of them?
Yes. Or no, we took
Oh right, the Warrens, the High Tide, and those two things. So
yeah. You witness Jace Desire proper. Cast Desire.
I think it's between Water Grave and Mind's Desire, right?
Yeah. Now the question is if I think Desire would table.
Good question. Like, it's not the worst card in like.
I feel like we have
Control
enough.
deck.
I think we have an. Well, like somebody picked a Brain Freeze. I feel like the reason
Right,
we didn't
that's
get the
true.
Warrens that there's somebody else in a storm deck that's
Yeah.
not on the red side, which is why we're getting that.
Right.
I think this is us picking up the Grave and then like getting our mana more effective, and we still have Citadel 1,000-year Storm. We don't need to find a burn spell to go out because Banefire Rakdos Returner sitting over there as our
Right.
outs. So
Yeah,
like
that is how we end the game is by
However-
casting Banefire Rector's Return on like 6 or something.
What I want right now in this pack is Ponder, Preordain,
Yes,
Serum
cheap spells like
Visions.
that find us that filter and find us our cards and get us to where we need to go.
Okay,
Fire Bluff continues to get our mana good. But Angros Rampage also, if we want it to be a bit more controlling.
Urza,
I do
if
not
we
think
wanna-
Urza is our speed.
Nah, there are Urza decks, and we don't look a lot like one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep.
I think Spire Bluff Canal for continuing on our fixing plan. Making sure that we never at a point where we can't go off because our mana is not good enough.
Oh, wow. Emrakul, the Promised End, a Seething Song.
Hitting Song is like pretty okay for what we're doing here. We didn't get
Yeah.
back the we didn't get back the Cabal Ritual either.
Yeah, that's why again there's somebody on.
Yeah,
like,
there's probably somebody else on the plan. But yeah, I think we
they're
can.
not red.
They're not red, yeah, which means that, we might be able to get back this evening song, but I don't see anything else in here we want to take over it.
You ever just see fake cards just show up in packs?
Yeah, whatever, card probably exists. Don't worry about it.
Wheel of Fortune, Get Probe, Signets, Opposition Agent, Spellseeker.
Gate probe is what we want for cheap
Get
draw
Probe!
spells.
Get
Also lets
Probe!
us see what our opponent's up to.
Get Probe Past in Flame is like the plan at the end of the day, right? Like, we need
Yeah, the other option would be Wheel of Fortune. Maybe give Wheel of Fortune back, though. So,
Yeah, I suppose.
who else wants a Wheel of Fortune?
Because, like, the other Storm player ain't on it.
Right. And we also saw that, there's also no red player that may want the Wheel of Fortune, right? There's no player that, ooh, Halo Tendrils.
Hi there.
That is exactly what we want to see.
That's,
That means we can not play Empty the Warrens.
Yeah, that can be our actual win con.
Also, him is here, damn.
Nice. A lot of colorless cards in here I don't hate either. Top isn't bad.
Yeah. Obviously, yeah, top is good. Copter is okay. Probably not great for our deck.
Herod Mesa,
First.
Bob Narset? Manamoro. Oh shit, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I was
Sorry.
like, you said Morphos, and you were like, I'm gonna wait for him to get to it.
Yep,
I know
yep,
he'll
yep.
see it. It's
Again,
good.
it's by the way, if you're ever wondering how I look at packs, it's this way.
Yeah, as a circle. So yeah, the last thing you saw was Makeshift Mannequin, but you also didn't see that one because you saw Morphos
'cause
first, and it's like, oh boy.
Yeah, because I saw Mesa and I went, ooh, searchable.
Ooh,
and
that's okay.
and
Yeah,
then
that's
I saw
good.
Confidant. I'm like, ooh, Confidant. Okay, all right, that's fine. Maybe we but then Morphos, which
Yeah, which Manamorphos is one of those cards where you're playing Thousand Year Storm. It's like, I see. I like Treasure Cruise. I like Duress.
I actually like Duress more because Cruise. The problem there is like we don't.
Yeah, we have to eat away our deck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Academy isn't us. That's a deck that could have been a little more if I actually had picked Ragavan and we had gone into Urza.
Right.
We'd be Academy direction. They actually put Nivet here. Oh, sure, I mean that's easy enough.
Mm-hmm.
Gold Dragon's cool. It's a dragon, one of the dragons that'd be nice to grab off Magda, obviously. But I like.
But Duress is really nice protection. It lets us play around exactly what our opponents are doing and maybe get rid of their way to stop us.
Bargain Spiral. Oh fuck.
Oh boy.
Spiral with High Tide, huh?
Yeah, I'm into that one. I know that gets rid of our
Sure, but we draw.
But we draw 7 and all of our lands on tap, and we can just start throwing more things back into our yard. So
yeah, all we have to do is draw one of our tutors and
right.
Oh,
yeah, stick fingers that feels so far like the most well, I guess stick fingers when you have a reanimator plans is not the worst. Hey, Man's Desire came back. Sick.
Sweet. All right, we're sort of picking up cards here just to fill out. Rampage.
Rampage is a way to try to hit some of our opponent's plans. At least slow them down. You can use it to hit a scene on turn 2 if you need to.
I don't care about any of these.
Nope. Hey, wheel.
Okay, is that better than
Or
Seeker?
braid? I think just the wheel. Him is wild.
We're
okay.
3-color. We're 3-color. I can't. I think the top actually does something for us. Sorry.
You're right enough, but how could nobody want him to Turok in this entire
the reason
entire cube?
The reason I'm not on it is because this is what our fixing looks like.
Yeah, we have a lot of blue red. We don't want to be too black. Like a lot of our black right now is finishing the game or expensive.
Yeah, the reason I want to be we're winning with a black card is because we played dark red, flashback dark red, right? Like
yeah. All right, this seems like a decent storm deck. It did not get all the pieces you possibly want out of a storm deck, but it got a lot of what you need to pull out victories.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely a deck with a couple holes, but not like gaping problems.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm immediately.
I think Metalworker's out.
I'm trying to find the ones that are like
obvious. Yeah, just like.
No.
Confidence probably. Oh yeah, that's out. Do we need Misty here? Mystical Tutor.
Sorry, this isn't me building the deck at the moment. It's just building the cards for the sideboard that we're gonna build the deck out of.
Right.
And Mystical Tutor is a possibility, especially with like something like a Desire or
Mhm.
a So let's go Sword and a cost.
Yeah, I'm always sad to see I fucking love Thousand Year Storm conceptually, but like I also recognize that like when you don't have a ton of draw spells to like make sure you continue to hit stuff, it is
Bergi. Seething Song, Dark Ritual.
yeah, Writs are in. I think any of our low mana spells that disrupt our opponent or draw are in. Like I'd want to put in Get Probe and Duress.
Yeah. Um.
Do we have enough low mana spells that are good to play the Seagate Stormcaller? They're playing most of our low mana spells we want to play.
They're right here. And like double up on Manamorphose, double up on D-Tutor, double up High Tide, Probe, Dark Writ, Duress. Obviously, Vamp Tutor doesn't do
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it.
Because yeah, like we don't really have any instant speed draw on top of it, so that doesn't do anything. But I think
It's probably still fine.
yeah, like Mate is generally going to draw you. It is either going to be a lightning spell for removal, or will get you at least one mana back, which is good. Like it'll ramp you a treasure.
I'm not certain if this is the one we want.
Yeah,
We can get there.
we can, but like, what do we do off of it is the question. Like,
Right. We flail around a lot until we find Banefire for your life total, or Kolaghan's Command for your life total. Like,
yeah,
which
I mean, it also just helps you get eventually find the tendrils, right? Like, it's not like
sure.
but
Um, Dynamo, Dark Petition's in the mana generating category, so
yep,
that's good.
yep, definitely want to keep that one. Turnabout. If we're playing High Tide.
Yes.
Then so yeah, right now what we're looking at is it looks like mostly uh so we have more disruption in Ingress Rampage and Kolaghan's Command. Um we have more killing our opponents directly with Banefire and Rakdos' Return. We have Wheel
Yeah.
of Fortune for a draw 7. I don't think Warrens makes it in when we have Tendrils already. Like I think
Yeah.
if our opponent can yeah, I think those are out.
I'm also not interested in the adversary when we have Past in Flames.
Yeah,
Um,
So 2 more cards probably.
yeah, so if we had a little bit more mana as far as like Signet stuff, I'd be willing
Mhm.
to go down on lands, but here,
No, we
like,
have so many sixes.
and
We already have 3 sixes, and I'm still eyeing that Thousand Year Storm.
right,
Uh,
the Thran Dynamo is in here specifically because like we need to find a way to be able to goddamn cast some shit up there. And, like,
yep. I
it's
think I would like Wheel to be in this. Uh,
like Wheel Command and maybe Thousand Year Storm with it, or Wheel Command Rampage, or like
I think if we put in Thousand Year Storm, we also want to put in an X spell.
yeah, it'd be like Thousand Year Storm, Rakdos Return.
Or like Wheel of Fortune and Kolaghan's Command.
Yeah.
Right now our deck has none disruption.
Could play the top as well.
Thanks
That's
for the top, yeah.
what do we have for shuffle effects actually is the first. I think
We have our tutors.
if the tutors and confidant look like the main. Actually, top with tutors makes a lot of sense,
That's true.
right? Like that makes them like
Mm-hmm.
a full
Yeah,
tutor
you get it right away.
rather than
Yeah.
a half tutor. Well, that
Then I
and
might go top and wheel.
I might go top wheel and Kolaghan's. I don't know.
Okay. And take one more thing out, or do you think
Yeah,
just
like
play 16?
I'm still looking at the Thran Dynamo if that's actually useful. I don't know. Like
Okay. Let's give it a try, I think.
Yeah, obviously we have a ton of fixing. Stomping Grounds isn't in here. You're not in here.
Yeah, we did not go for the oh god, I'm blanking on the name of the artifact that goes well with
So
the Academy ruins.
this looks awkward, but all of our fixing is for blue and red, and very
Yeah.
little of our fixing is
We do
for.
not need any forest though.
Yeah, that can be another
That seems good to me.
island because we want
Yes, mine's
island
everything you
count.
can add goblin.
Yeah,
We do not need a hero forest here. What even is that? What's a hero forest? Come on.
I think this has enough interaction to make it past the O3. I feel like
Yeah.
we've got my problem. The missing piece in this deck. So for those like just kind of looking at it, wondering like, well, what's missing? It's right here,
Yep.
and it's the fact like we picked up that land, and I think that's still.
Seething Song also belongs in that column, by the way.
I went by mana cost at this
Oh,
point.
mana cost, yeah, sure. Oh, the twos, just having no
Yes,
twos.
signets.
Sure, yeah.
Signets.
We do have a lot of ones to balance that out a little bit.
Yeah, no, for me it's literally just Demir Signet, is it Signet?
Oh, sure. Yeah, no
Right,
signets.
no Signet, because that means we're not like jumping up or you know or Mox it or anything like that. Like
Yep.
we're playing a slow game to get to this stuff. I think what we want to do is pretty damn quickly. Like if we have a lot of our tutors, we probably want to spend them pretty fast to try to get the Bolus Citadel. Um, you know, that's our obvious bit. If we can spend a lot of those to get to like Desire for 4 or something like that as well, we obviously get to. And then we have a lot of these like Confidant, obviously, you know, has some drawbacks in a deck like this. For me, it's that Confidant is going to be generally a Lightning Rod. And if it isn't,
Yeah.
like, should keep us flush with options. And this is a deck that needs to be able to continuously put plays down.
Yep. All right, I'll be back in just a moment.
All right, I'll see if we can find an opponent. Yeah, it's not a great looking deck. It's a pretty good looking deck, though. I like having Duress. I like having Kolagon's Command. I like having Rampage on the board that might want to come in if we're in a matchup where, like, for me, Rampage is there more as like a Planeswalker edict when I think of the card. Or if our opponent is like super heavy artifact based, we know we can't beat that. Rectus Return is also a Miser's card we could add. In that, like, there are games where like we just go Dark Writ, Seething Song, Rectus Return for 4, and our opponent goes, what? But I needed those. So this is also a deck with a lot of flexibility in its lines, which means that there's a lot of ways for us to mess up a game and a lot of ways for us to escape from a game. And a lot of those aren't going to be apparent until they're 3 turns too late, which one we should have done. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'd love to play first. Yeah, this looks fine. I like top. I like Birgi. I might hold this Git probe. I might use it. I don't know. Knowing what our opponent's up to, but then Birgi actually makes a probe into a writ, and I might want to hold that. This is definitely a keepable hand, though. There's no black, but that's not a problem. Excuse me. Very sorry. I flicked around mute there, and I think you might have caught some of that cough. Heavy apologies to that. Every once in a while, I get a hefty one like that in the season. Anyway.
All right, I'm back.
All right.
Ooh, I like to see these cheap spells in Birgi.
Yeah, that's what I'm liking. We have top to kind of take a look around. Hey, did you know our creatures can boast twice?
Wow. That's gonna be
incredible.
so useful.
That's incredible. All right.
That's a secret ability that come up later.
Yeah. So I kind of want to hold Git Probe.
Yeah, I'm on board with that one. Like, yeah, we can just get that down on that being life.
Yep.
Like at the top.
3 colors.
Okay.
You got Jace.
All right, that's a slow
Oh,
enough card. Ooh.
I probably just want to snipe that. Like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just put the cold guns on top. Just next turn, just hit Jace for 2, make them discard.
yeah, that sounds really good.
Love that. The exact kind of 2 for when you want to get out of cold guns command, and you want to get out early in the game.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, Shabadoo, a while ago I was playing a Burgy deck that had Escape the Underworld and a bunch of cheap draw spells that let you just keep casting spells, and then ended with like the most obvious win con in the world when you're doing shit like that, which is Thassa's Oracle. Okay, well,
Mistakes may have been made.
yep. Welp.
We would. Right, Jace.
Yes. Oh, right, discarding cards. Right, people may want
Yep.
to do that in this
All right.
format.
All right.
Okay, welp. We'll see if they got it right away.
That's what I get
Haha.
for not probing them, I suppose, here. But
Yeah.
how dead are we?
They didn't guess. Okay. All right. Probably dead after this because they have because this will do something.
This is gonna grab a zoom. Recall.
Recall. Yep, that makes sense.
Okay, top card of our deck is Desire.
Which we're not at yet, but we could get to next turn if we draw a land.
That's such a pain.
Yeah. Because what we could do here is play out the Burgy. And that'll let us next turn Manamorphose and get Probe into the Mind's Desire for 3, even without drawing anything else useful. But if they can, well, I guess the thing is if they can reanimate their Archon, we're dead anyway, right? Like,
Yeah, I'm just thinking how we deal with things if, like, we were. Hey Ty, thanks for the host. We're doing storm shenanigans. It's more cards over here. This is again what I was talking about when we have like many directions, and a lot of them could result in us winning or losing on the spot.
okay, could we do a thing where we Burgy and then get Probe?
How about
Then
Bergie get probe and then like top to see if we. No, wait.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
We actually need to commit the Manamorphose right away if we want to commit.
We do need to do that one, yeah, which kind of sucks, but we can Manamorphose, then use the money off Burgy before Manamorphose draws us a card to spin the top.
That works. Okay, so, and then maybe from there we. I don't know what we're looking for, but we can at least see. I think I want to.
Yeah.
We alternately can just play Bergie.
We should just play Burgy and let our opponents do what they're gonna do. Like, because that's the thing. Like right now, what do we do if we know our opponent has a reanimator spell, right? Like it's possible they just discarded that card because it was the card in their hand that was the most useless, and like that's not what their plan is.
All right. Well,
Because like if they had the reanimator spell in their hand, they would have reanimated with a really powerful thing that makes us discard cards and then draw cards.
But they went
instead
for
of playing the Spellseeker, right?
yeah, but then they
Like,
went for recall, which is them getting up to the
right.
full grip.
Which makes me wonder if maybe there's not Reanimator, that's just their control finisher.
Jace tells me that they might actually be on Reanimator though, right? Because
It might be. But then they played a card that, like, they could have. They might right now be playing, okay, Exhume?
no, they're gonna double recall,
Oh, sure. That's fine.
draw 6.
That's very powerful. But, like, next turn, we're probably going to Mind Desire for 3, which, will hopefully let us go off. Uh, and they're tapped down none. Probably have 1 left after this, right? So,
Their best play is untapped swamp, reanimate, proper. That's not untapped swamp.
that's a Tundra. So then they'll, ousting. That's rough. Well, we can still. We still get Bergie back in our hand for free. Oh, do you want to do that after, actually, we get the ousted? Because that lets us put Bergie on the top of our library.
It does, but this lets us dig a card deeper too.
That's true. And
And
then we'll know exactly where Bergie is, so we can still draw it next
we
turn.
can just tap top to draw Bergie.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah.
And
Yeah,
actually,
3/3 life.
and casting top is free. Wait a minute. Ooh. That's nice.
That's true. Top is free. Okay.
I don't like
well,
I don't like
that's
that at
not
all.
great.
Um,
Fortune of shuffle effect. So that means that whatever we put on top is going to be the thing on top, then Bergie.
and then the third card.
Yeah, I think we want to draw 1 land so we have more mana available to us.
Yes, and then
So I think Swamp on top because we have plenty of red mana.
okay. Very awkward.
Yeah. So we draw a card normally.
Okay.
Which is a swamp. And then we can top to draw Bergie. And now we see if our opponent can, I think, do we tap both swamps here because we need the blue mana from mine? Oh, no, we can use Manamorphose to change whatever we need.
Yeah, Manamorphose can fix this.
Yep.
And we might have to abort and go into just duressing them pass.
Yep. So get probe them first, I think.
Yeah, so this is
That puts us +1 on mana. To see what they have, which is
Corpse Dance.
we already knew about the recall. So Corpse Dance. Is Corpse Dance the top card of your library?
Yeah, which means it would grab Jace, which is very funny, which is the reason it doesn't work.
Oof. Oh, they can buy back at those. So
However,
bring back. Okay, Glen Elendra. That sucks. We can't get rid of that one with duress.
no.
Is there any way for us to get to 6 mana with what we have?
No, because
We get to 4 right now. We could cast top for free. Spinning it's not free.
This is a free action, so if I go ahead and use Manamorphose to generate like blue, black, and then use the red to spin top, is that anything?
I could possibly get a Seething Song.
That would be enough.
That'd be enough.
So dark red.
So that's 2 hits that we have on top of our deck to try to go for.
But we have to generate mana differently on Manamorphose depending on which one of those we want to.
Yeah, can we spin the top before we Manamorphose?
Yes, but we dig 1 card less.
Right.
Because right now
so we know the top of our library right now.
we know the top 2.
Right, because it's duress and then a mountain.
So like Manamorphose will let us dig 1 more card deeper, and then we have 2 looks.
Is the extra look worth the uh
It might just be we top and then pass, like if we fail
yeah,
here.
honestly, yeah, I think that's what it is. We just top, we see if we have anything worth drawing, and if not, then we just say, okay, go ahead, and we have to just deal with the fact that Glenalindra is going to be menacing us.
Demonic Tutor.
D-Tutor, that doesn't seem...
Well, hold
Does
on.
D-Tutor get us anywhere? Because, okay, so now we Manamorphose, it puts up to 3 more mana. We D-Tutor for a ritual. Let's say we D-Tutor for... D-Tutor is in hand, right? So that puts us up to 3 mana? Or, sorry, that's, Singing Song's 5 mana, but it's all red. So we kind of lose out on our blue.
And then we can't desire. If we can go. This is why we said the deck has like 1 million lines, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
If we go D tutor, we get 1 red. If we pre D tutor, we'd be able to
What if we
float.
put...
We'd be able to float red blue, and then have to cast. I don't think we can do it. I think we go off next turn.
Yeah, So what if we, yeah, D-Tutor... because we could, like, put top on top with... And then to draw D-Tutor, and then use D-Tutor for something.
Or we can grab the duress and like
They just get
duress
rid of their
Teferi.
Corpse Dance.
I'm thinking Teferi.
Yeah, Teferi's early disruption, yeah.
So let's get rid of Teferi.
Yeah, they cannot bring back their Jace with Corpse Dance and then like also bring back their Argon in the same turn. The good news is their hand right now is pretty expensive.
They can only really make 1 play.
Like if they can play the Glenalendra and keep up a mana, but that's all they can do.
Yeah, and then they get 1 counter,
Mm-hmm.
and that's still pretty good. But like, what do they put it on? It
Right.
probably is Glenalendra will leave up 1 counter, right? That's got to be it.
That and it's the most powerful move right now is just keeping that up because there are other options for like Solemn for a land that won't matter if we go off. So
All right. No combat because Birgi's huge.
So is it more useful to have the D-Tutor or the Manamorphose? I think there's a lot of obvious answer here, and I'm just saying it out loud to test out those waters.
Well, we get both, right?
Well, the question is, which would you rather let our opponent try to counter first?
Yeah.
Well, I think top is first, because top is free.
Top is free. And like, I think we go for the Manamorphose and see if they counter it.
Yep, that's what I think as well, because like I think that, they may see the Manamorphose and us going up in mana and say, oh no, we can't have that one. Especially because like if we do get the Manamorphose off, we could just immediately,
Desire for 3.
like yeah, so like spin the top to get our D-Tutor in hand and then spin it.
We don't even need to spin the top for that. So we leave up double blue.
Right. Mm-hmm. And if they can't decide to counter one of the man's desires, like, sure, you got it. So my guess is they say no, fuck this, and if they do, then we just D-Tutor. We top and D-Tutor for another Yep.
Okay.
Sure thing. We still got our mana. We still got 1 mana off of this one, so it only costs us 1 mana.
There's no way for me to keep up the full desire, though, is the problem here.
Yeah.
This very awkward. Because, like, do we check the top 3? I don't think we even do.
No, I think we just draw the D-Tutor and then look through our deck for something.
The top card on our deck is Demonic Tutor.
Which means if we're willing to invest 1 black mana, it is any card in our deck.
Which could grab...
There's still Seething Song and Dark Writ in our deck, but we can't Dark Writ off of no black mana.
Well, we could, but we wouldn't have the blue mana. Or we wouldn't have blue left over for
Right.
Mind's Desire.
Well, because we need to tap the swamp to cast D-Tutor.
Yeah.
So...
Wheel?
That seems good. I like Wheel. At the very least, it's like, okay, sure. Yeah, we play another land, we get a full refill. They drew 2 cards off that one. It's possible we just gave them a Reanimator Cell, but that's kind of okay. We can Stormcaller into High Tide.
Yeah, or
which gets us some mana, or we can just get Citadel down and then start going off the top.
Yeah, well, again, the problem is that Glenn or Archmage is still around.
That's true.
We need to...
That's another thing about playing the Stormcaller into High Tide is that even if we only get the 1 off, like it still gets around it.
Yes. The other thing is that if we do the Stormcaller High Tide, we might be able to get past In Flames and then start rolling from there without them having anything to do. Like where we...
Yeah.
Sure. So... That's the other problem with Stormcaller High Tide is that we tap 2 islands to do it.
Right, which without a way to untap stuff is a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, it doesn't really get us anywhere. They drew 7 cards. Their hand probably contains 1 more counterspell, right? Yeah, Raw High Tide, sure.
Yeah, it seems okay. This also gets them 2 additional mana. I'm just immediately going for it.
Yep.
Just nope, not happening. It's like, okay, alright. It costs us nothing technically, so...
I'm gonna go ahead and Citadel.
Mm-hmm.
They'll play their counter on this. Yep.
Yep. Your counter spell. Somehow they've gone 5 more cards deeper in the deck than we have, which is kind of interesting.
Alright. Now, the cool thing that we have also is that Past in Flames is a must counter twice. I've spent so much clock on game 1, my god. We're gonna get clocked so hard with this deck. Oh, I can close this.
Yeah, I think game 2 we're just going to go into if we shut the fuck up extensions, it's brain mode.
Yeah,
and let you just sort of do what you're gonna do and you can explain later.
yeah. I really love to explain, and that means that this deck is horrible for me to be playing because...
Yeah, perhaps you just play and I'll commentate on what you're doing and we'll hope that's enough.
Yeah, let's see. If our opponent is actually, hefty blue counter magic, we're kind of hosed here, because,
Yeah, a little bit. Like if they're nothing but just like, no, I can stop whatever you want to do any day of the week. It's like, well,
Well,
I
neat. So next turn, we're going to threaten Past in Flames. If it resolves, hell breaks out. Like literally, hell breaks out of here if we ever resolve Past in Flames, because we have Get Probe, Duress, Manamorphose, Kolagon's Command, Mind's Desire, and like we're holding the Tendrils. D-Tutor. I think we win if we can ever resolve Past in Flames.
Yeah.
So
I think so. Like,
and I'm not certain on this. I feel like that might be true even without Birgi. With Birgi, it's 100%. Without Birgi,
I think that if they get rid of Barrigi, then we can't, like, if they counter Past in Flames next turn, we can't just immediately say, okay, well, we'll cast it again anyways.
and we can't really do that next turn anyway. We'll have one red floating, and like we could. Well, one red floating is Manamorphose into D-Tutor into Dark Writ into
or Seething Song, depending on what we need for mana.
Yeah. Well, we probably don't need more red. Is the thing. We probably it's actual access to black mana that'll be the. What is that? That is 1, 2, 3, 4. They have a lot of cards in hand. Yeah, we just resolved a wheel. Their hand is an unknown 6. We knew their hand before. It was Solemn, Corpse Dance, top, land. Not really anything. All right.
Show us your counterspell.
All right, boss.
It is one of my favorite counterspells.
It's a good one. That's smart. Check out their dumb play here. Corpse Dance, Glen Alendra. Which gives them the Glen Alendra
It's
back.
pretty good. Here's them another counterspell for next turn. Okay, fair enough.
Yep.
You got us. Well,
It's
what
fine.
happens next, I guess.
Exile Glen Alendra Archmage at the beginning of next. Nope. All right, we got one turn before we scoop them up here. We need to draw something that we can Seagate Stormcaller copy.
Yeah.
Effectively. If we can't do that, we're out. If we can do that, we can go like Seagate Stormcaller, go for the copy. They have to spend their time on the Glen Alendra nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know.
I mean, based off that one, we're probably going to draw like Mystical Tutor, right?
Yeah, we'll see. A lot of counter spells out of our opponent, which ain't good.
Have fun.
Is that anything? Is that Dark Confidant? Is that a 5
Confidant.
mana?
You got a Confidant. Go for Confidant.
Is that a 5 mana Dark Confidant?
I think so.
Pretty sure that's a 5-mana Dark Confidant. Sure, I'm glad
I
I
think
did.
it's your deck.
Yeah, sure. I could have conceded to that, but I actually think there's top decks that win us the game. That's the reason I haven't conceded to that card. I'm pretty sure there are still cards we can draw that win us the game.
Whatever card that is, we have a relatively good chance. Also, our opponent's like starting to rival us in clock spent, so
Yeah, they spend
you
a
know.
good chunk on that turn. With Bob Flip Draco, yeah, there we go. They have to take 20 years to kill us because Bergie's a 3/3 and this can't tag,
Yeah,
this can't tag, this can't attack.
yeah. They have a 1/1 that can attack right now, so like they're not threatening us too much. The biggest problem is they may have a bunch of disruption in their hand,
True, but they're tapped low right now.
but like yeah, but also yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh,
right.
kinda sure.
We-
Yeah, all right, cool. Another 2/1 that can't attack us effectively, but may have been nice for us, I guess.
Not a draw I wanted right now, though.
Yeah, no, I'm super glad to see it out of the deck. Honestly, like I'm glad to draw anything else. Maybe not a land, but like
Oh, no, don't play him. Or do play him.
just threatening it. Well, that was bound to happen. So I'm here.
Yeah.
Do we bother even trying to cast it right now, or do we just wait?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not under a huge threat right now. Like, once again, like our opponent can all out us, so then we block, Magda.
They can kill us before they deck. Yeah, sooner or later they draw. They have removal for Bergie.
Yeah.
I'm here for cards at this point because like they know our full deck.
Mm-hmm.
I want more info.
And they will have to commit cards to kill us.
Yeah, like they could Creeping Tar Pit and try to 6-turn us, but that's pretty bad. I want to know if that Savannah is a real splash. I want to know if they're on handshake. What am I looking for?
The other thing is, they must know that they have to kill us as soon as possible, because like as it is, we still have cards we can draw to just like win us the game. Yeah.
Like, we have some real okay, Elspeth jumping creatures does
does kill us pretty quick.
Up there,
pretty good. And they want us to tap down to nothing. Well, so they could have tapped down to. They could have activated Creeping Tar Pit. Because Creeping Tar Pit's 3, or is it 4? It's 3.
3 ended attack, so that'd be all of their mana but the treasure.
But the treasure, which means they can still keep up Glenalendra, which tells me they may have another counterspell besides Glenalendra. Oh, they may have another thing. A D-Tutor.
Demonic Tutor in progress. All right.
Okay.
One of the things that really hurts in this matchup is just the lack of our mana acceleration to put us ahead of this opponent who also does not have like. What'd you grab?
Yeah. Oh.
Click. That's a mistake.
That's a huge mistake. Holy shit. That just gave us the opportunity to win the fucking game. Oh my god.
What? There's no way.
Holy shit.
There's no way. They have to have a force of will, right?
They must have force.
They must
have to have force. Because holy shit, otherwise why would you do this? Why would you leave us open? We have passing plans in the graveyard.
They have to.
They must. I mean, now we make them show it, but like they must have it. Also, if they're looking at our hand right now, they must, choose to not do anything to it, right? Like, why give us another option to draw a card that is useful for us?
Yeah, they did just tutor, so yeah, they likely, if they have force, they have it. But we have we have to make them have it, right? Like,
yeah, totally. We make them show it and another blue card that they have in their deck. And it's no new information for us. If we just cast, Pass in Flames, and they say, "Cool, I have Force," we say, "Okay, cool, we know if they have Force."
Um, there's
They don't have Force of
always
Will, I guess. Let's see what they got, I guess.
unforced errors.
The
That's
card that we had in hand was not what. Okay, okay. The card that we had in hand was not the threat to you. um. Hmm. Hmm. Well, let's win now, I guess. I'm so baffled right now.
storm count is 9. Let's give them the 10 drills.
Yep, let's do it. Lunchtime, boys.
Lunchtime, boys.
Why did you let us do this? Yeah, my thought, as Avery pointed out, is that maybe they're trying to timer scam us. Except taking a minute off our clock to win with the storm combo is not as worthwhile as getting a win.
They had the W. This game
Yeah,
was
they
over.
had, like, they could just jump they jump a creature, and attack them with their other flyers, and we're dead. Maybe not literally the next turn, but dead the turn after that one. Like, easy.
No, they could have killed us like next turn just by activation of mana.
Oh, that's true. And
Jump,
then attacking us with all.
their creature lands just kill us right there.
Yeah.
Expansion is a possibility.
That is a counterspell.
Yeah, because it's counterspell for red.
Yep. I kind of like it. I kind of like it over Magda, I think, or Dark Confidant, considering they can steal our creatures.
Yeah. I still like those as they haven't shown a lot of removal.
Yeah.
And that, if we actually resolve either Magda or Confidant on 2, I'm kind of convinced the Seagate Stormcaller might be too weak.
Yeah, I think Stormcaller makes sense.
We also could just put in another game-ending threat. But I don't know if that's the kind of one we want.
I mean, I'm always worth putting in the 1,000-Year Storm.
I'm just going to keep this as is.
Okay.
Cool. This hand looks sweet. I like Duress.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They have Mindslaver.
I like Duress and be able to get probe for the turn we go off.
Yeah. I feel really like that was them snatching. Again, somebody said ugly victories and Beetle.
Yeah, that was an ugly victory, 100%. God, you hate to win based off your opponent just self-destructing like that one. Just saying, okay, cool. Well, I don't think you can win, so I'm gonna put the blasters down, and just ignoring the card in our graveyard that opens up the floodgates and lets us win easily.
Duress Whiffed.
Wow. Oh, they mulled to 4?
They mulled
To 5?
No, they kept to 6. They
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, sure. Okay. Alright, well,
all right.
Bizarre, huh? They've shown me nothing that makes me think Bizarre is a good include in their deck.
Agreed. They showed like a reanimator target, but like
Yep.
they
They
tutored
showed one random target. Or I guess is Corpse Dance instant?
Yes.
Then they showed 2. They showed 2 targets. Because they also had Eldrazi in there. Well, thank you for showing us one of the cards in your hand that
I want to know more information.
Yep. I drew a Stormcaller.
They drew planes.
Ugh.
I'm sure as hell not Wheel of Fortune here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a bummer we can't do anything right now, really, right? Like
Yeah.
we have acceleration and stuff. We haven't drawn anything to like use that acceleration for. We could technically go Seething Song wheel, or we could wheel and then Manamorph. Well, no, we can't. That doesn't make any sense.
They played the Bazaar, which keeps them off mana for the turn.
Yeah, they didn't. So they may have drawn a. Was it Hunter in Hand before? Do we know about that one already?
Tundra was fetched.
Okay, right. Okay, sorry. Or the Bizarre. Okay. Yeah, I guess we keep drawing lands, unfortunately. So I think we just keep passing back. Which name just lets them, like draw cards and discard their planes. And they're about to draw a bunch of cards, so it's fine for them. But probably discard planes. Probably their Stormcaller, depending on what it. Oh, what was the other discard?
Spellseeker.
Well, that's for 3. So what was the next one down? What's up, Heath? Okay.
Yeah, another fetch.
Gotcha.
Okay.
It's up to full 7 again, unfortunately. And just
I'm sorry,
on
upkeep
using it? Why on upkeep? What do you... If you just pass the main phase, or at least pass to your draw step, you get an extra card to look at.
It's fine. Land, Colonnade.
Okay. Why Colonnade in the trash?
I don't know.
Okay. Nothing to bounce, so fine.
Yeah, I was debating if Colligons was worth doing anything with, but really.
I guess if we had LED, we could, it would stop us from doing LED shenanigans, but,
Yeah. God.
Land. I think we just still keep passing until we see anything we can do anything with.
Yeah.
It sucks. It really sucks. But, at this point, we're making them, if we want to use it to Teferi, they need to, use it on no bounce, just drawing a card.
They might use it on their own permanents.
Yeah, true. Like if they have a Seagate, if they want to play their Seagate Stormcaller and then draw a thing, then put it back in their hand, draw another card.
Yeah.
They're really burning through the deck here, though. So I mean,
that wheel might be the win con.
Yeah, honestly.
Brainstorm, D-Tutor.
Okay, D-Tutor in the yard. Well, I guess they have no black mana, so. and then just upping it so they can cast sorceries on their turn if they want. Is this going to be
Seagate.
Glenalendra? Or Seagate into Ancestral?
Yeah, do you actually have the recall? If you do,
If they have the recall, I think we just go for the wheel.
yeah, we just spam it. Yeah.
Yeah. We just wheel to make them like
Lose their grip.
Yep.
Also go to. They lose if we resolve wheel twice.
Yeah.
So there's that. Just, you know. All right.
I think we start with just Kolaghan and
I think we use our writs and wheel and then leave up a bunch of mana.
yeah, that works too.
Which Ulamog do they have? Not the one that
Yeah,
shuffles.
not the shuffle,
There's
right?
new
It's
one.
it's just the 10-mana exile too, and then like when it attacks, you get to shuffle.
Okay, so let's go Seething Song.
We haven't seen any counters they could use right now. We saw them have Counterspell and Glenalendra Archmage, which they do not have either of right now.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make.
That makes sense to me.
Oh,
Bummer.
that
Bit of a bummer.
is that still good to play here?
I mean, Time Spiral, and then if we draw into, I think so, because then we could draw into Passing Flames, maybe wheel them again, right?
Well, they're going to shuffle their grave back in.
Oh, or this shuffles their grave, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But still, this means we get a bunch of mana. Unless they have a counter for it, in which case, okay. Which they do not.
I guess I should
Boy,
have
that's
played
a lot
top,
of lands.
huh? Should have
I
played that
guess
top
just,
there, huh?
Command them to discard and kill their Stormcaller, and then Confidant, pass back.
That was a bad, very bad draw.
Yeah, that was real dog shit. That sucks a lot.
We probably lose from that. Damn, I guess we should have gone for the wheel, huh?
Yeah. I mean, Tendril for 5, so we get him down to 9. You know, still might have a chance if we can get anything else worthwhile in the next couple draws. But damn.
Yeah, that was very bad. Damn, I'm kind of sad about that outcome. Oh, they discarded Ulamog so they can try to. I guess
Well,
I
they
should
need
have.
to have a swamp first.
I should have played
of any
I should
kind.
have played the top. I was thinking we needed all the mana for what we're gonna
Yeah,
play after, but
but
one extra for top would have
would have
made
been
this
pretty
hand
good.
a little better.
Yeah.
As is, we kind of have like Confidant, and Confidant gets bounced, and then nothing happens, and now they're fully set up with. Yep. I don't want to draw top right now. I want to draw wheel.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We do not concede for clock. They're spending their clock much quicker.
Yeah, they have plenty to spend their clock on right now. So okay, they're deciding to draw here.
Mm-hmm. And also, like, we're at 28. Like, they have to win a game.
Yeah, they do. So we can just sort of pass as much as we need to, and like make them, because like they're a control deck.
Yeah.
Like we're not storming against aggro. We're storming against control. Very counterspell light control, all in all, when you get down to it. Like, they showed us 3/4 of the deck, and they showed us a counterspell and Glenalendra Archmage.
The other reason I don't think we concede for. Oh boy, what the
Oh,
fuck?
wow. That was one of the cards we didn't see, so that's kind of nice.
That sounds like a sideboard to me.
Yeah, like, I should be more aggressive against the Storm deck, so I'm going to try to be more aggressive. Well, if we really need to, that does come out and do some stuff.
Okay. They put themselves to 8.
Okay, alright. Pretty good.
They have Bazaar as well as like a option. Oh my god.
Brainstorming, Jesus.
Clearly, if I would have wheeled them, they would have lost on the spot because they just had no.
Yeah.
Oh, again, funny thing with the Ulamog, the corpse dance again fails.
Yes. Yep. Because they have to draw the Stormgate Seacaller first, and then they can get the Ulamog.
Yep. Oh yeah, you can keep doing that all you want.
Yeah, totally. Please get more cards out of your deck. Also, less life.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, we need to tendril for
Three
spells
storm.
first.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Still a bit tough considering what we have, but you know.
Honestly, if we go Fast in Flames, Kolaghan's Command Tendrils, that's enough. Because that's
true.
Too.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
And yeah, they're almost where we are on the clock because they currently need to beat us
twice. They need to beat us twice.
Yep, and they're stopping us from getting started on an additional card next turn with our enormous life total.
The best part is we still have cards that like Bolus Citadel level threats, right?
Mind's Desire, for example. Which, you know, even if they have a counterspell, we probably still get at least one hit. Yeah. We still got one. It's a cast. Oh, okay, sure. It blocks their
usher,
dude.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it blocks their usher. Like that is one of the ways they're trying to kill us right now is by making a ton of dudes.
Very funny.
Do you have any way to get rid of their freebooter?
No.
Cool.
They're playing a top with this much time left.
With this much time left? You know we have to play a whole other game after this one, right? Even if you win?
Tap top.
And they're using it.
They must find a threat. This must be like an Elspeth or a...
Yeah.
Bribery me. Karma Guide for Ulamog.
Karma Guide. Okay, sure. Yeah, we just use the... Okay, alright. We play the top, we find something, hopefully, in the top three. Cool. Hey there, Dr. Petition. We got multiple instant sources in our yard.
Have I played a land this turn? I have.
I don't think you have. You can Citadel.
No, I don't have mana for that.
You're gonna get 3 back from this.
That's not enough.
Okay, fair enough.
Actually, it is. Actually, it is.
It is enough because then you can play land off the top. Well, I guess if you played, oh yeah.
Wait.
If you have a land, oh no, you did play a land already. Shit. Well.
I just burned like. I was.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, if you had attacked first, then you would have had enough mana.
Yeah, I was.
Shit.
Oh well.
Yep. Okay. Well, they win this game, but they still have to, attack us, and then pass the next turn. They've already looked at our whole deck, so it doesn't really matter if they can look at our whole deck. Oh, now they can Ancestral to kill us. Oh, that's fun.
Okay.
You could have just passed the turn instead and spent none of your clock, but I appreciate the style.
Okay.
Alright.
I think these things have to come in and the Stormcaller comes back. Actually.
Ooh. Yeah.
I think it's time for some nonsense garbage aggro cards to come in. Are you ready?
Yeah, okay. I mean, the thing about the Bloodthirsty Adversary is that if we drew that in the situation we were just in, like, that'd been pretty okay. Bloodthirsty Adversary's mana costs 3 or less, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we would have been able to cast Kolaghan's Command again, which would have gotten us by Pass and Flames. Yeah, I like aggro coming in, taking out maybe the slower things like High Tide and Turnabout. Misty out. That's 40. CJing maybe instead of I don't know, because empty and CJing works out pretty okay together. Maybe we don't need both the Banefire and the Rakdoses.
I just cut all the blue.
Yeah, okay. Just go down to be a straight fucking black red kind of stormy aggro deck. Cool. And then 4 and 4. Maybe maybe a little bit more red than blue. Or than black. Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Great. Perfect. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Let's go.
Hi.
Sure. It's Confidant on too. I like it. Yeah, fuck it. Eat shit. There you go. There's your aggro gone, buddy. What do you do now? How are you gonna kill us fast enough? We're gonna play faster than you are. What'd you get?
Hi.
Haha. What do you got? We didn't see any wraths out of you, buddy. Well, we both turn into aggro decks.
Sure.
Sure, why not? You got it. I mean, it's
Well, they're looking at their own
right?
hand.
Like,
They looked at their
oh,
own
they're looking at
hand.
their own hand? God. Getting rid of their Spellseeker. We don't have time for that shit. Come on. We should have time to spin the top and look at it very fast.
Yeah.
Just like, whatever's not a land goes on top. Yeah, love it. Oh, did they have 6 after playing that Glenlandra?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Sure, why not? It seems like they're trying to get up to casting Ulamog flat. Oh, sure, that also makes us sacrifice a decayed zombie token. Discard a Pass in Flames. Sure.
Um. Shit.
Hmm. You can Kolaghan's command their Glenelendra and then Anger's Rampage.
It's not enough to. I don't have time though.
Oh, you're out of time already. Shit. Oh,
Yeah,
bummer.
I spent again.
Dang.
The I shouldn't have spent that time on the Bolus Citadel stuff. Damn,
Oh,
I feel like we could have gotten faster than that.
yeah, totally. Well, bummer. Happens. I'll be back once again.
All right. Yeah, damn. I'm like, because like obviously, like everyone I'm sure in the chat is like, why didn't you make all the optimal plays? Like, yeah, I've been reading it right now, but the optimal play was to like not have taken that minute doing the Bolus Citadel stuff because I messed it up clearly. Um, yeah, I can definitely feel my hand shaking right now. This hand sucks. This hand's really big and I don't like that. This hand's fine. Alright, now I can actually like take a moment and think. No, I can't. My body won't let me right now. My body is telling me I am still in panic. That is. I'm wheeling. Yeah, you can't hear it, but I'm in full shaking right now, trying to bring my body under control, and it's not happening. So. Kolaghan's command rules here? A little awkward because we don't have untapped black. What was our hand? Daredevil, Fleet, Burst. Sorry, what the hell is this? Huh. Oh, what? Oh, shit, I need untapped. Okay, come on, untap Black Source. Kingdom for untap Black Source. Nah, they crew with whatever they play next turn, right? Like, and they clearly must have a land. They discarded one. They're actually Boros. Okay. Oh. Hold on. 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 Y'all, everybody. Uh,
Okay, I'm back. Apologies.
Hi there. I'm still trying to
Maybe.
settle myself.
Hmm.
It's not happening, but
Hmm.
we're
Ooh. Skull Clamp versus Oh, that's tough. That looks like the right call, but the
You know what?
oof.
No, I'm gonna let them keep Mother Runes because I don't have another kill spell in the deck.
That's true. This is the only one you got. That's fine. And that's the thing that lets them continue to draw 2 cards forever.
Yeah, I am still trying to settle my body, and it's just having none of
Hmm. Hmm.
it.
No, that's tough. The good news is we do have we don't quite have Bolt. Well, if we play Magda next turn, we do have Bolts of Citadel when need it when we get to it.
All right, we hell riding. Is
Okay, all right.
mom riding into hell? Mom is not
She is
riding.
not right on hell. That saves us 2 damage. I like to see Dark Petition.
That's
That's what we got
active.
going on.
All right, so
Yeah, Magda plus and Confidant.
yes,
Yeah,
confident.
Confidant's definitely worth it. Yeah,
It probably dies is the thing. Like,
yeah. lightning spell for removal, which we'd rather it die than Magda right now, honestly. We'd rather have the additional treasure for black mana to play the Citadel.
What's Dark Vision for Past in Flames look like? Taps us out. We need something more than that to win. I think Bob is likely just chump blocking on this turn.
We'll take one more hit from. That also sounds fine.
The reason I'm doing this is because we do need a life for this.
That's true.
Like,
we do
I
need to.
I need to have like
we need that number to be relatively high. Yeah.
I need a life total to be able to resolve the card. So
the other nice thing about Magda here is that it means that we do not need to play a land to Citadel next turn.
Now, do they clamp? Oh no, 3 of them.
Okay. I'm glad to see them get very little use out of their Skull Clamp this game.
Yeah.
That's very good for us. If they'd made good use of their Skull Clamp, it would be very bad.
I want them to clamp their 3 of an Inspector and pass.
Yeah, that's great. Love it. You could have. I would rather have more cards and less mana. Ooh. Well, Land of the Top means it's not like less lands in our deck, and that's what we really don't want right now. So. Yeah, there's an obvious block here, which is just I will take 2 cards for your 1.
All right, here
I'll
we
take
go.
the 3 for 1 there, and we'll see what happens. This decides the game. What's on the top of our deck? I'm here, so I'm unfortunately have to report that it's 2 lands, but Mana Tide. Oh no, we got blasted. Oh shit.
Blasted!
Okay, all right. Oh my god, that's fucking sick. All right, well there we go. That's pretty much the end of it,
That's
right?
good. That's good.
Well, we still have Dark Petition, which can potentially get us somewhere. Like Dark Petition will, we can Dark Petition to like Mind's Desire, or
I think we're dead. Is the problem?
I mean, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what our opponent does. They may just be able to kill us here.
Yeah. So like, you can obviously like we have the way to play around Mana Tithe. The problem is because we're in such a dire strait here. We need the ability for Bolas' Citadel to be able to clear 1 land off the top.
Yeah.
And that's the piece that we
Yeah, we're dead. I think.
That's exactly lethal. They equip the skull.
Fantastic.
Cloud. No.
Oh? I mean, do they just have it from... I think they just have it... Oh, no, that's...
Oh, but I guess the token, right? Right?
That's... We're at 1. Can you burn us out?
Okay, there's lightning.
Okay, they have Bolt in hand, too. All right. Well, they didn't need to show us Bolt, but they did, so... Thank you, I guess.
Well...
Yeah,
I think Bolas comes out for
I like that.
Storm because we need to be able to, like...
Yes.
We can't afford to pay life in a matchup like this.
Yep.
Again, don't like the Stormcaller, and I think Banefire needs to come in if we're gonna...
Yep. We're gonna burn them out with that way. Yeah, that sounds good to me, too.
I'll keep Turnabout in as a...
Yeah, I mean, Turnabout can also, like, it's not as effective this way, but it can also save us a turn, right? Like, if we need to use it to tap their team down before they attack, it can do that. It's a very versatile card.
All right.
And now we know the Mana Tithe, so we have to play around it.
Yep. You'll love to see it. And again, we're seeing a lot in these games that
Mhm.
the lack of these signets is kicking our ass. It's
Yeah,
because
really. Like,
we effectively just need to hard get to 6, and it's like our opponents are like, I'm sorry, you want to do what?
it's a real bummer because we saw one Signet the entire time as well, right? Like,
No,
we passed on it.
we had a Boros signet that was a
Oh,
choice in
did we?
pack
All right.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I like this. What are you Misty for? Do we even use that yet, or do we save it for later?
it's probably like grabbing past in flames in some way. I'm probably gonna use it on 2 though.
Yeah. It's fine. We can live with that.
Or
Ooh. Or we just get rid of that right away. I'm also fine with
it's-
just using our. We have 2 reactive spells in our deck now, and they're in our hand. So I think we use them to be maximally reactive, and then go off when we have the maximum mana possible. Because like next turn we can Mystical Tutor or Kolagon's Command, depending on what is more called for.
yeah. My hope is that they like play like Usher plus Skull Clamp, right?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well,
Okay, I'm also cool with killing
well,
a Mox.
all right.
They probably would make use of it right away, right? What if we got the Shrine for actually though? I guess we need to wait for them to play anything. Oh, hey, Dude Tutor. Um, we get D-Tutor and then Misty, like at a turn, end of their turn. Get
Yeah.
any spell and any whatever we want in our hand for next turn.
God, do I want to grab mana here? What's the missing bit? What do I want with D-Tutor?
We also have Dark Petition to get another thing the next turn.
If we get up to that
Um,
mana.
if we get up to that mana, which we can with D-Tutor if we want to. Um,
How can we get to Thousand Year Storm in this? How about that? Let's ask that question.
that's a good question. Yeah.
If I go D-Tutor for Thousand Year Storm, Mystical Tutor for...
It's barely worth grabbing.
Probably not.
Hmm.
I'm thinking... D-Tutor, leave one up. Past in Flames?
I'm trying to think if there's anything that's not a sorcery we want to grab yet. Because we can grab anything we want with this one, whereas Misty, we have to grab an instant or sorcery.
I think I'm going to grab the Thousand Year Storm and try to resolve that then.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Because I think that's what really wins us the game in the long run, and their opponent's not being terribly aggressive this game. Like, it is only, turn 3 for them. But,
yeah. Dark Rit is the one I grab.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's turn 3 and they have not cast anything aggressive yet. So we're actually in decent shape for winning this one. So I guess what do we actually, because we don't have mana for it yet unless we wanted to like mana more force and look for a land.
I think I'm literally passing here. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think we just keep up the Kolaghan's Command.
Yeah.
Like wait for them to play if it's something we can, deal 2 damage to and then kill their Sapphire or their Shrine.
Problem is they might just play like a 5.
Yeah, which would be too big for us to play. Well, I play like
Dark Dragon time here.
Yeah, like just a big old dragon. Okay. They get to D-Tutor. So good for them.
That's pretty.
That means we don't get. Yeah, it means we don't get to D-Tutor, unfortunately.
Yeah, because they need to remove it. We're not dead because we have a Kolaghan's Command.
I actually wonder, do we want to destroy an artifact or make them discard a card?
I want to get that Shrine of Burning Range off the table.
That's fair. That can just murder us very quickly if we let it go too long. Like, can't pop a shrine right now, can they?
No.
The shrine is 2 to activate? Yeah, so we would just kill both for free.
3 to activate.
A 3 to activate. Oh, right. I forgot that shrine is not the perfect card. It has a slight cost to it.
My hope is that they mana tithe this move.
Yep. That'd be good. That'd be great for us, for them to spend this.
Because this looks really good. But if they mana tithe here, then we just go off. Or don't go off. I get to play Thousand Year Storm, right?
Sick.
Cool. Give me an untapped land.
Yes, thank you. Phew. And now we're not dead next turn, and then which means that the turn after we get to, play Manamorphose into Dark Petition, which is very good when Thousand Year Storm is on the battlefield.
Yeah, so can you remove Thousand Year Storm or kill me?
Yep. Those are your options.
Those are your options. The white shrine was really good.
White shrine, yeah, we made 1/1s. I think 1/1 mirrors actually.
Yeah, because you played it in you played that one in Temperate Steel. No,
fucking course.
No,
of course they just have fucking Nahiri off. Oh, god damn it.
Oh,
sucks, man.
Okay, all right.
Come on.
We're gotten.
Jesus, of course they just have the perfect fucking I'm like, okay, well, Red White does have ways to get rid of enchantments, and of course they played the best one.
All right.
God damn.
All right, let's get pro.
Well, let's see what else they have in hand, I guess. Let's see what other perfect answers they have for doing a second Mana Tithe, I guess.
Kabanaw's falling off a cliff. Council's
Ugh. Okay, never. Yeah. Yep.
We were always fucked.
Well, I mean, we can get rid of that at least. You probably get rid of the burst lightning, actually.
Yeah.
Which they don't have time to kill us with, right? Well, the shrine, of course,
shrine.
but we still have some time to find other things to use. We could draw the Pass in Flames.
They might burst lightning me in response to this.
They might. In which case we get the Council's Judgment, which, fine.
That's sweet. All right, so we were super dead there no matter what. Now we have to find a different line.
It is a bit of a bummer because they absolutely could have played Nahiri just because we had our
Citadel.
Both Citadel.
Yeah, but
and it's well, there's another answer.
Yeah.
I forget, is Nahiri tapped artifact, tap creature, or is it just any? Oh yeah, tapped artifact. So it doesn't actually work against both Citadel.
Correct. So
they just had it.
We're dead next turn, so.
Okay, well there we go. Our opponent's drawing real. Can we?
What do I need to draw here?
I don't think Pass on Flames is quite enough because it taps out all your mana.
I think it's Past in Flames and Seething Song. Right?
Yeah, so we Manamorphose here first.
we just get Seething Song off this, and then we're actually.
I guess we can. Because the thing is that we can Manamorphose if we draw an untapped land. We can then Dark Ritual.
Well, Dark Rit's in our grave.
Right, that's what I'm saying, is that if we get an untapped land, we can Pass in Flames, and then we have mana for casting Dark Ritual.
Perhaps. I can leave up the mana for that.
Yeah. Well, nope, never mind. We're boned.
All right.
Because what we could have we could have Dark Rituals, then Kolagon commanded to get rid of their one creature in their shrine, which would have bought us another turn. So yeah, bummer. Our opponent had a direct and exact answer for what we were trying to do, which happens sometimes.
Well, their hand was very reactive.
Their hand was, it was super reactive for any type of permanent.
But we also again, our deck just doesn't present the clock.
Doesn't at all. Like, and the problem is that we don't have quite enough like draw and like mana acceleration to. We don't have a permanent mana. I guess like we could like if we wanted to, we could go for the Thran Dynamo.
Yeah, I'm feeling that that's especially the Seagate Stormcaller that's been
Yeah.
not doing anything.
Because Thran Dynamo means that we actually have a way to accelerate our mana like in a big way to sort of make up for the fact we would have none other.
Yes, we that was the other bit too, is that like I wanted to pick every 1 mana cantrip that we saw, and we did.
We saw Get Probe.
we picked Get Probe, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a oh god, I'm still. It's very silly that like I guess if we had wheeled against the other opponent and put them on 5 cards in deck, I wonder if they were even able to win that game. They probably,
Yeah, right.
They might have still been able to like reanimate that Ulamog, probably.
Yeah.
And that might have
Possibly.
been because Ulamog, is just a killer. All right, we are. Yeah, this is fine.
Looks fine. Like we can duress first turn.
Yeah.
A couple turns later, Get Probe will find anything else better to do. Sure.
Alright,
to do it, but I appreciate the
Alright.
I admire it.
Alright.
Well, let's see what you drew there. What cool things did you draw? A Balance and Muldrifter, Snapcaster, Spell Seeker, and Solitude. Alright. Solitude is one of those new spells you need to exile a white card to evoke,
Yes.
right? Okay.
It's also like apparently like a $40 card these days.
Good lord. Yeah, nothing on 2. The other thing our deck lacks is power. Like literal power cards.
We are in Vintage Cube.
Yeah. Click. Snapcaster for recall. That also makes sense, I suppose.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Yeah, I can't really stop you.
Go for it. Just like play an artifact, please.
This is our upkeep.
I'll just next turn, because I assume what we're doing this turn is holding up Kolaghan's command and then killing their Snapcaster and doing one other thing.
Yes.
Which is hopefully destroying an artifact. Because they have 9 cards in hand, so making them discard 1 doesn't feel great. Hey, there we go. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Evoke that Muldrifter Spellseeker.
Okay, well, we can't do anything about the Spellseeker. Well, they already played, like, Ancestral, so, like, what?
Don't say it. Here it comes. It's time for...
Oh, twisty, huh? Oh, boy. Yep, that's rough. It's a good reason to kill the Orzhov Signet. Hey, there we go. All right. I love it. I wish we could Dynamo first, but we really can't.
Nope. And there's no point in probing.
Yep.
So,
Cool.
Thanks.
You know what? Fuck your mind twist. What if we both had new cards?
Okay.
What else did we reveal? Yorion? Okay. That's neat when you have Snaps and Spellseeker
and
Muldrifter. Yeah, No, there's a lot of they're playing a deck that really takes advantage of that, so good for them.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, Fiok. God damn it.
Uh-oh.
Well, what do they take?
Vamp Tutor and some lands.
Okay, that's fine. I'm cool with that. Thank you.
Huh.
Um, we could Bergie and Magda this turn.
And then if they stay alive, we're in like super.
Yeah, that's my thought because we can't really do anything really good this turn. We could like play Dark Petition and maybe do something off of that one, but like there's not much we can do off of that one. But like Bergie and Magda give us a bunch of mana next turn, and like would let us do some fun stuff. So I think that's sort of the direction we need to try to go in.
And I tie that. Okay.
Oh, topping. Okay.
So yeah, here we can go like Manamorphose, Dark Petition, Writ, like something like that,
Hmm.
or just Spiral flat. Turnabout, D-Tutor, and Confidant. That's not too.
Okay,
That could be worse.
that's fine. We can accept that.
Okay. Where am I starting on this turn?
So Manamorphose is +1 mana.
Probably just use that right off.
Yeah, that's my thought. Because like it just because of Bergie, it gives you another mana. Like it draws you another card, and you get to see another Uh
Ooh, this is a god, not a dwarf.
oh, bummer. So it doesn't give us another mana. So do we start off by just attacking with Magda, getting that mana that treasure available as well?
Yes. Not attacking with Bergie. I don't want Bergie in combat.
No, like that's not how we're winning this game. We'll probably just trade here. Yeah. The Metamorphosis resolves, it's +1. If they counter it, it's -1, and it's -1 counter out of our opponent. Another land.
Dark Petition, or do I just go for the Spiral?
I guess like what do you petition for? Is your petition for Mind's Desire? Is
Petition for
maybe your best choice?
Petition for Citadel.
Citadel's also good.
Or I just resolve Spiral and untap.
Yeah. Hmm.
Of course, we've seen how that can go.
Right. Like
Citadel's in grave. We can't grab that. Yeah. I
oh
think
yeah, we can't grab that one.
let's just.
I'll go for that one then, yeah. Hmm. And if they do counter this one, the next turn we have
Yeah, Cryptic.
just
No, it's freaking
is it just hard cast?
Mystic Confluence for draw 2.
Oh damn. Yep. That's rough. Oh, and return to hand. Sure, yeah, uh-huh.
That doesn't make any sense. So they've got Ashiok Plus again to get us off of a lot of things. I think it's Dark Petition and a Past in Flames, and hope that works here. Dig Through
Dig in.
Time. Fuck.
Okay.
All right.
Damn.
So they're going to have 2 counter spells after the resolution
Yeah,
of this.
We already wheeled, right?
Yes. And
We're out of our,
and we just tried to Time Spiral.
Yeah. Well, that means Time Spiral didn't get exiled, so...
True. The only thing I don't want to see off Ashiok gone fully is... I think it's Tendrils.
Yeah. I think that's our only way to win the game at the end of the day, so...
What are we tapping out for?
Okay.
Okay. I'm not super beat up about that. Land.
3 lands. Phew. Alright. Dope. Love to see that. We have 3 in hand already, so sick.
Okay.
Alright, okay. What can we do here? If we Dark Petition for Pass and Flames, what can we do with that? Anything?
We will have 1 left over.
Mm-hmm.
Just 1. So, like... we would have to, like, probe into... No, that doesn't work.
Yeah, I think we would need to search up and then not use it.
Just pass the turn again.
Or maybe like cast it then Duress, and then like next turn we can use it to do stuff. But we just get rid of like whatever disruption they might have in hand. Hopefully they don't have anything else we need to win.
That might be fine.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
One more. We only have 1 more turn with that Ashiok.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let's get this into rotation.
Okay.
Okay. Not feeling bad about that.
They got pretty much nothing else in hand, so I mean they do have that top there to find other things if needed, but
yeah.
Which they'll be spinning right away. Yep.
Oh, we're in hell.
Oh, yeah, we're fucked.
Okay, new plan. My desire top land.
Okay. Just try to keep Ashiok off from ulting.
Yes.
And then hopefully be able to like hit them with a wheel enough to draw the game. Oh, Shark Typhoon. Neat.
No, shark.
Ugh.
It's a shark. Chop, chop. Chop, 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 chop. Get bigger. Alright, so we go to game 2 then. They also get to bring back, like, Snapcaster for Mind Twist here, which I don't care about, but...
Yeah.
God, if
Please draw 1 more card this turn and not exile our library.
Yeah.
Please like up Ashiok again to get us closer to death that way and not notice that we can just drop the game.
Like, go ahead and put us on 1 card.
I guess he needs to draw 2 more cards.
Wheel kills us
Because
too, yeah.
because if we wheel, then because if they plus one or if they plus Ashiok, then that puts us uh at 1, which means we go down to 0. Which means if they're at 6 cards, then by the time we check state-based actions, we've both drawn cards that lose us the game. I'm pretty sure if you're told to draw 7 cards, you draw all 7 of those cards before you check to see if we lost the game from drawing cards. But no, they just exiled, which means that we're totally boned here. Yeah, I do think that one problem with what's happening here with our deck, on top of not finding the things we wanted that were pretty normal.
Every single game has made me regret not picking that signet. Like every
Yeah.
like the more I'm doing this, the more I'm going. Yep, I don't care how volcanic that island was. Demir Signet
Yeah.
is like
Uh-huh.
so much more necessary because like
Yeah.
literally hard playing 6 lands to get to your 6 drop in Vintage Cube.
Yep. Be like turn 1, our opponent had an ancestral. They did a bunch of shit with. Game 2, our opponent had a Malk Sapphire.
I mean, that's yeah.
And then game 3, our opponent has it as an ancestral. Like our problem on top of having none of those things is just not opening any power.
That one you can work around, but like we clearly aren't able to do anything about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, all right. Here we go. We got another game. I think. Yeah. Be able to make him sacrifice a Planeswalker is great.
What don't I like?
Yeah, agree there. Yeah.
Maybe you can't expansion.
So here's why I like Thousand Year Storm over Bolas Citadel here is because I think we found that like we can't really do much with Bolas Citadel the turn we played anyways. And I think Thousand Year Storm is stronger if it gets to stick around in additional to the next turn. Like I think we very often find ourselves with pieces of like not being able to do anything. That also seems fine.
All right. Yes, I'd like to play first.
No black, but we do have Magda, so like.
Yeah. This can function.
And if they can't kill our Magda, we have all of the interaction we possibly have in the deck in hand. So.
Yep. Magda's like a mana artifact on 2. Sort of. Just a lot worse. Okay. Sure. Okay.
The question is, do we hold on the Kolaghan's command or use the duress right now?
I'm gonna hold on to Kolaghan's command because they might spell Shaper.
Yeah.
Like they might tutor something that's way more important for us to dress than.
Totally.
Right? Like yeah, they go for the mind twist or whatever.
So also we can also catch the top, which unfortunately means that they get a free draw off it, but it means they stop getting to top, which I think is more powerful. Hopefully they have a like creature to kill too. But
Yeah. And step a recall because of course. Yep.
yep, Everybody's got the recall.
There's no such thing as fighting anybody on card advantage. That's just
Nope.
not real here.
That's fine.
What a pain in the ass.
It's a bit of a pain in the ass, but Kolaghan's Command
Can't do anything about
costs a
it.
treasure anyways. So like the fact that it costs us to tap another land, it means nothing. So
Sure, but I'm also not Kolaghan's commanding it because it makes a 1/1 spirit anyway. Like,
yeah.
ooh.
What could we vamp tutor for that would let us do some nut stuff here?
I can just play Bull as a Citadel right here.
Yeah, I like it. Let's do it.
Right? Like,
Mm-hmm. As you tap the treasure right now for
Vamp Tutor.
Bolts of Citadel. Yeah, for Vamp Tutor. You Vamp Tutor for Citadel, put that on top. Attack with Magda.
Yeah, we have to attack with Magda first, so.
Oh yeah. You could do this half and half if you wanted to, but yeah, I think attack with Magda first makes more sense.
Yeah, let's not commit to the line and then have it fail because they cast Solitude, right?
Citadel's not out of the board. Mind's Desire's out of the board.
Yeah, I at the last moment put it back in because I figured that Mind's Desire actually looks very poor in this deck. There's not a lot of high impact cards that it's hitting, and it's hard for us to be storming off that high with double blue without Manamorphose, so I put it back in.
Sure. God willing, we do not need any more than that.
Okay, so Vamp Tutor.
I suppose at the same time we could have played Thousand Year Storm this turn, but I think this is more powerful.
Yes.
It would have been nice if we could have been able to duress before this, but
I know.
But yeah, I think this is the correct one. Okay, all right. And we see what's on the top, and we know that we can start doing some. Well, I suppose we could just cast it for 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So now next time we draw land, right? So
So now all we need to do is not have Bolas of Citadel get answered.
Yep.
It can't be answered by the balance they showed. They could Cryptic it. That would suck. Yeah, it's 7 cards on the top. They literally have access to a quarter of their deck.
What do we see that I can get rid of permanents on like an enchantment, an artifact on board?
Nothing that I can recall.
Yeah. That's not it. It's a good card, but they've also been okay. All right, hitting lands.
Sure.
Sure, that's fine. We can't activate our Bolus of Citadel.
Yeah, I mean they might
to tap it and yeah.
Yeah, so we can't -10 them, but
Yep, that's fine. That's not how we're winning this game. But
yeah.
that is a static ability on the first line, my friend. Yep. Only because of 1 life now. That's sick. Draws us a Dark Petition. Interesting.
Their hand is Mole Drifter, Seagate Stormer,
Dig Through Time and lands. All right, sick. Let's go off. Let's go off.
I don't have double black yet.
You're right, but I mean,
Okay.
there you go. No problem. Fun.
So now we go.
Uh, do you have to dark petition first? Because it's your first. One additional instant source you sold cast so far this turn. Okay, skip probe. Right. Okay. Yeah. So that means that we get 6 mana. We get
Where'd the.
we spend 5, but we get 7 back
Hold on. Where'd the revealed.
off your opponent.
Oh, okay. No, I don't need that anymore.
Yeah.
So we go. Dark Petition for. At this point, Dark Petition for. Like. Tendrils should just be it, right?
I think so. Yeah. Well, because we don't get it. I mean, Passive Flames would definitely get us there. If we put Dark Vision, Passive Flames, and Tendrils, then I think that we are perfect.
Here I can go. And then Dark Petition.
Yep. For black, floating mana. Burger goes off. Your
Oh, right. I get a copy of this.
yes, you get to search for 2 cards, which I mentioned, Task and Flames, and also Tendrils.
Okay. That that makes this a lot more
Yep.
end of the game, I suppose.
And now we Pass and Flames. You get to cast Rituals, and like Pass and Flames goes off multiple times here, technically, I guess. Flashback. I do appreciate that now each card, if you look at it, has flashback on it 3 times with the rules text for flashback. Now we get a whole bunch of mana. And yeah, now we, with the Storm copies and the 1,000-year Storm copies, we easily can destroy our opponent and then also, just flashback Pass and Flames and do it again if needed. This is by far the end of the game.
Anyway, here's the Tendrils again.
Here's the, I guess the 13 Drills of Agony.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Kolaghan's Command also would have killed them likely.
Yeah.
At the very least, we can make them discard their hand with that. So,
Yeah, discard their hand and then shock them 6 times.
all right. I think on top of us finally getting the cards we needed to win it, I think we finally found the correct version of the deck.
Yeah.
I think taking up the High Tide, Seagate, Stormcaller, and Turnabout, it like sort of getting rid of that whole plan.
Yeah, the blue is a lot worse, and honestly, I should probably maybe cut one island out.
Yeah, I think it's largely. I think I sort of realized this partway through, like, oh wait a minute, we're not playing nearly enough islands to make High Tide like a super good card.
Yeah.
All
right, let's
Yeah, no, I think that this is the correct iteration of the deck. This is the one that is most effective at killing our opponent with, the things we can play.
All right, let's see if we can get this thing to a 1-2.
The mono 1/2. Let's see it.
Final game. Sam blows.
This is a very slow hand. This is a no land hand. This is a okay hand. It's got D-Tutor. We can get a Time Spiral and the Tendrils probably. Tendrils are very useful in our hand, so yeah, like being able to search for whatever we need to, having mana, and being able to get rid of our opponents.
Problem is, Duress is not very good against this opponent after like turn 2.
Yeah, but I mean we can play turn 1, so
yeah, thank goodness. All right.
Geddon, huh?
Geddon kicks our ass, but I need to get rid of the Signet.
But I think Geddon also kicks their ass if we get rid of this Signet.
All right. Nice hand. Not aggressive, but nice.
Mm-hmm. Worth doing just to have more of a, more in our hand to see whatever one thing they drew
Yeah.
and
Maybe find a
have
red
potentially more
source.
action. Ooh, let's play that Bergie.
Am I detutoring for a red source here?
I think you are. Just get that Bergie down before they get in.
All right.
What else could we go for potentially? Like what else here is worthwhile on its own?
Bob.
Bob's pretty good. There's no way to kill Bob, as is. The Missing Confluence they're not on yet. Probably draws at least one card.
Bob is a bet that we would draw into the red naturally, which you obviously have a couple ways of doing, but
Right.
um I
I
think
think Bob
Bob
is the best gamble. Like I think that it is. We know they have nothing to deal with it right now, right? Like we
yeah.
know their hand, and their hand has nothing to stop it or deal with it.
Yeah,
Like
they're gonna evoke this Mole Drifter.
yeah, and like next turn they might get in, and if they get in before we have a red source, then do we play the red source yet? Actually, we know they want to get in, right? Like, do we just Dark Confidant here?
No, because if they get in on just my Bob, they're gonna lose the game.
Fair enough. So yeah, Bergie. Okay, or just Bob. Yeah, fair enough.
Bob first.
Yeah, Bob to get us more cards than Bergie to get us mana off those
Yeah.
cards.
Because their counterspell can't affect Bergie at the Mo. Obviously, they have 4 unknowns, so like things are gonna change pretty quick, but
Yep.
they're not gonna get in, that's for sure. Okay. Recall?
Yeah, they're just gonna recall.
Twist.
Oh, twist, sure.
And they drew a black source. They paid for it. Oust Bob.
Usher of the Fallen.
Everybody loves that card. Is they're like,
Get an aggro. Sure.
everybody loves that card.
We play most of our hand off to see the song actually. If we know they want to man twist us next turn.
Yeah, I think we dump the hand
Like,
here.
play the Watery Grave.
So
Untapped.
untapped Watery Grave.
Seething
Song, leaving
Song.
black up.
Bergie. Yeah, then Bergie and Golagon. Yeah, uh-huh. So we have an island left. And Golagon obviously to kill their Usher. Because, like, who gives a shit about their,
Yeah.
and then make them discard, I suppose.
All right. The problem's gonna be dealing with this.
Yes,
This
definitely.
is just hell.
Because next turn, what they could do next turn is just return our cards to our hand. Well, then we just play them again, actually. That's not the end of the world. Starting snaps, huh? Okay.
That was their unknown.
Those are unknown, too. Why would you discard a
They don't have
unknown? I mean, I guess they have nothing to do with it, but, like, I don't know. Tapping before playing their land? Okay. All right. Cool. That's not Missing Confluence this turn.
True.
So, okay. Sure.
So now this is the opening we have, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is where, like, I can maybe... they don't want to Mind Twist for one. They can Mind Twist for one.
Yeah, if they want to get rid of our one last card in hand that we intentionally left in our hand, knowing that a Mind Twist, they can do it.
Or do you, yeah, discard the Mind Twist after the Confluence? Oh, sure. EOT Confluence, Mind Twist. Yeah.
Well, that's really good if it's at Armageddon.
I'm not putting Bergie in combat. I know it's low odds, but like V-Click or something like that is still a
Yep.
real possibility, or Venser.
They have something here on 4.
Venser end step. Okay, yeah, Shark
Shark
Typhoon.
Typhoon. Sure.
That would
okay,
also
yeah.
have killed Bergie if I went in combat, so.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So we need Confidant to get us something pretty real here.
Yeah, definitely.
We're also under a clock now because of the shark.
Right. Yep, and because, Bob can hit big things to murder us if we get unlucky.
The Dynamo means they're a lot less likely to go for that Geddon line.
Yeah, totally. Because, then we, yeah, because what they could have done, like as No pointed out, is get in, then twisted us for 1,
Mm-hmm.
which would have gotten rid of our land in hand, and made it so we really are left on, 3 colorless mana as what we got, but that'd also leave them on nothing.
It's gonna sound weird. I think the recall was wrong.
Yeah.
I think they should have left up Confluence and bounced our board and then twisted us. Like,
yeah, totally.
I don't think there's a reason they needed to draw the 3 there. I think that was just a reaction to seeing recall, right? You obviously you see recall, you play it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you have recall. Well, why don't you play recall? But it's like, oh, but no, I could have used my mana to do a better thing. I had 5 of it.
Yeah.
Instead, they spent 5 mana to draw 3 cards that turn.
Yeah. Oh, they made a shark as well.
Oh, they made a shark too. Okay, so they spent. Okay, so I guess they made a Muldrift that draws them 4 cards.
Yeah, they made a good, they made a pretty good.
But like,
okay, brainstorm. Land. Solitude. Ashiok?
that should be pretty okay here.
I wouldn't mind. Okay.
Twist for 2. Okay.
I'm
sure. Just get rid of whatever we could possibly have, and then it's just going to be this is any non-land, right? And then whatever the non-land thing it chooses, you can't use it. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
So we need to draw into a real card here. This is our. So they're gonna get in next turn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we need to go this turn.
Yes.
Past in Flames.
Which we have 2 draws for. Yeah, Past in Flames would be excellent, I think.
I can't cast that. Damn it.
Bummer. We can cast the Magda, which does get us some mana. But I think we drew the Magda off that off the Bob and of the Thousand Storm. Good lord.
So we offer the trade with Birgi.
Yeah.
If they take it, we can 1,000-Year Storm. And maybe that's enough.
Mm-hmm. They'd probably not take it though, yeah, because like.
Ooh, that Revoker is pretty key to knocking us from playing the Storm here.
Yeah.
We also again we have the problem of like Shark token plus Bob.
Yep.
I feel like this is Geddon, right?
Yeah, it makes sense to me. Like,
this is where I'd Geddon. Then we're stuck on lands plus whatever treasures we draw, and like.
Okay. That's not Geddon.
No.
You guys are Bergie, which is a nice card to have, but not like the most important card we have on our field. And what do they have for? Oh, Seagate Stormcaller for.
There's nothing. This is just body.
Aggro, yeah.
They can't attack with Revoker, or else they turn on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Uh,
I have to take the one there.
yeah. Yeah. I thought you were saying you have to take the trade, and I was like, wait, but no, take the one. Yes, I agree with. I don't think it changes the clock very much here.
All right,
I
Bob.
mean, if it's Citadel on top, we lose.
All right, Bob.
So land. Uh, we're not dead next turn because we can play Thousand Year Storm here, and then our opponent all outs against us, and we get to block their Well, if they all out us, we block their uh two power creatures on the ground. We take 3 and go to 2, and we have Thousand Year Storm on the battlefield and can draw a card. And we also have Threat Dynamo active and a swamp in hand. That's what I got.
There's no draw off of our deck that saves us in that position. Sadly.
Yeah, probably not. Especially not with Espeth Conqueror's death going off again.
Or if they just leave
Goddamn,
up
that
Mystic
card.
Confluence, but it's too dangerous to leave up Mystic Confluence. Yeah, I feel slightly bad about messing up the game 1, but that's the mess up I'm sad at about is that I misplayed on the draft. I made about 3 picks that I don't think were correct. Looking back at it, killing me, Bob. Any cost.
Yay! What actually was it?
Wheel.
Sick. Dope.
Yeah.
Well,
now
yeah.
The Dimir Signet was 100 and like at this point I'm willing to die on the hill that was just wrong because this deck is so slow.
Yeah, like we were really relying on finding any other acceleration.
The other one was Mana Vault, probably was just wrong too because this deck is all about getting out a big thing early and like that's just not.
What did we take over the Mana Vault?
That might have been the actual Bolas's Citadel.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
But now but like the rest of this, like you can kind of easily see in different games where things fall apart pretty easily.
Yeah. Like the game where we play out Thousand Year Storm and our opponent immediately plays Nahiri and like murders us, destroyed it completely.
Well, and then like the time spiral was such an ass kicking to draw like 5 lands off but that was my mistake because you're here. I should have known.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
I was why did come on.
Right. That's just being true about me. You're the one that could have done something about it. So I mean, it's obviously your fault and not mine in any regard. So yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway. But no, yeah, I do think that all in all that was a tough draft. Because I'm trying to remember, and it's like I feel like was there any point we could have really made a big change to another deck in like pack 2 or 3? Like, could we have sort of snapped out of doing Storm and gone a different plan to try to actually win this draft as opposed to trying to do Storm?
I feel like cutting out blue might have made the deck better.
Yeah.
Like, our blue is like 2 cards I like and a bunch of stuff we ended up sideboarding out, right?
Yep, totally. Yeah, if you look back at our deck right now, like our deck is down to
where
it's probably back in your collection at this point. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, so like right here, because like at this point, like we could have the High Tide Turnabout is just nothing. The Desire doesn't really work when we have things like Thousand Year Storm and Citadel that are better 6s, and then like that leaves
with
Time Spiral,
Time Spiral,
Probe,
Get Probe, which you can play anyways, and Mystical Tutor, which I think we don't even cast. We never even cast. So
so like I think that means that our like if we had drafted more and realizing that was the idea, there were a couple of points where like picking up Ragavan, for instance, in pack 2, and then shifting a little bit that way because Ragavan can work as like a ramp piece or also like that still would have been us picking up like the Dimir Signet as well because that's just something that's like when you have a deck like this that's only fast mana is its rituals,
Yeah.
that feels like it just doesn't work for us. But
Yep. Get a bit locked up.
it's good to know.
And
It's always like
yeah,
there's a
totally.
reason there's very good reason that as a rule I never I'll never cherry pick any of these streams because for every look, there are O3s, there are 3 Os, there's everything in
Yep.
between. I I want to think I
And
land
like,
on 2-1 more than and
yeah.
I say I want to think. I know as a fact, just looking at my collection of stuff, that like we've been doing this for long enough that I think I've
Yeah.
been on 1,000 play points for an eternity.
Cool. Cool. Yeah.
But
And it's like I think the things to keep in mind are like there were like this O3 could have easily been a 1-2 or perhaps even a 2-1
yeah,
if a couple of things had swung in our favor, right?
I've
Like
like
if
clearly game one, I wasted too much time
mm,
like in that final game when I just needed to be a little bit more aggressive.
yep,
Um, like maybe just not even shocking things, but like throwing goblins and then using that mana to build the board a little bit more. There's also a
yep,
couple other board cards that like realizing after the fact that it's like we draw Bolus instead of I'm like, oh god, why is this still in the deck? Like,
right, yeah,
but
there are times where like we time spiral and we draw 5 lands and we play out Thousand Year Storm. An opponent had multiple answers in their hand to get rid of it. And it's like if those things had not happened, it could have been different, but they did happen, and we lost, which is
yeah,
fine.
but
And also looking back at the draft, at saying like, yeah, like there were ways we could have changed up our directions and all that stuff. And that's I think the much more useful question about what to do, about how you could have done it differently. Because like
Nick
the other thing is that our draft was low powered from what we saw
Nick
for the
Themron,
vintage cube.
Nick Themron, I work in 8 hours.
Yeah,
Like,
sorry.
like
This one
I'm
already went very long.
well, like
All things considered.
I'm very sorry, but like
uh,
part like I'm sadly for like a while now, I'm not able to do the like a secondary thing on the stream because work at a I say
yep,
9 to 5, but it's actually like 7 to 3.
yeah.
So
And like by the time you're back and ready to stream, you can't like start early to get an early start on it. So yeah. Anyways,
yeah, so
um,
so
but anyways, no. So I think it's
sorry I
important to
cannot get in a
focus.
second on that, but
Yeah,
there's
I think it's
that's
important to focus on what we could have changed, which is how we could have played differently and how we you know, and how we could have drafted differently when we saw what was coming.
yeah.
But I think even with what we did, some of what made us lose was out of our control. But
It's always nice to look at the. Anyway, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you, Kabanaw, for jumping in. I always
yeah,
appreciate
for
it.
sure. Hmm.
If you want to check out more, you can always follow. You can subscribe, support the channel. Thanks, Ty, for the host. Hope you're having a good time with the name of the game is just the cards. The new card game by not Synchronicity. Uh,
Inscription.
Inscription. I know the word scry is in it.
Yeah,
Inscription, yeah. Like,
Scry and Crypt.
ooh, encrypt scry, Dion. Yeah, but yeah. Thank you for the host, Ty. Hope you had a good time with that. That's something I'm planning on looking at myself as well. The upcoming streams tomorrow we're slaying some more Spire. Thursday is more Lightning Returns, which if you haven't been checking that out, game's been fun. We've been having a fun time with it. And then Tales of Arise on Fridays, which feels like it's getting towards the end. So we'll see how that is. Then I don't know. I get the feeling it's going to get to a point where the game goes, aha, and here's Act 3 after it pulls a rug out from under me. And then Sunday, Vpriz and I are starting up Lost Odyssey. That one is happening over on Vpriz's channel. So you'll want to check out twitch.tv/vprisoner for that. Anyway.
Is it gonna be spooky?
Could be. Oh, and I'm also on the
Ooh.
Arcade Pit this weekend. That's happening too. That's going to be spooky, I'm sure.
Yeah, Halloween arcade pit. Nice.
Halloween Pit. So, anyway, I think that's everything going on. You got anything? Are you doing like a Prime? Are you gonna...
Not really.
Okay.
I'm taking a break from doing the Metro streams. I had to do a bunch of them in a row to get it ready for today. So probably after in 2022 sometime I'll probably get back to that one. But
All
I
right.
think I'm done for the rest of the calendar year. So
Sounds good. All right.
yep.
So, all right. Thank you, everybody. And have a good night.